Good afternoon, good morning. It is bang on 2 o'clock here in the UK on this Saturday afternoon. I hope you are well, and if you're just joining us for the first time live today, it's lovely to have your company. If you've been joining us earlier on when it comes to the craft along, well, it's lovely to have you back. Now, when it comes to this show of the Make It Saturday, this is where we delve in and we have a look at, well, actually, we've got something special when it comes to this Make It Saturday, because what we're going to do for this week, we're just going to pop the demo of the week just to the side for this week here, and we're going to be having a look at some brand new launches that are going to be coming soon. When I say coming soon, because I'm showing you on a Saturday, that means it's going to be this coming week. This coming week, it's going to be myself and Debbie Robinson all week from Monday to Thursday. Ben's on a well-deserved break, so he's going to be back a week on Monday. But yeah, it means that you've got myself and Debbie for 4 days next week. And I will let said person in a moment tell you who's going to be here on the Friday. But when it comes to this show here, you've got myself, we've got Matty outside, we've got Johnny, Big Pop, he's still in, we've got Jamie as well. And then before we go into what else we've got coming this show, let's bring her in. She was here earlier on with that incredible craft along. It is, of course, Lily.
Hello.
We're back.
Hello.
Number 2.
Yeah, I got it right.
You got it right.
This time.
You got it right.
Wow.
It is. Yeah, good craft along earlier on.
Yeah, it was a fun craft along, but I think the viewers at home would like to know part 2 of our cliffhanger.
So you're throwing me right in straight away?
I know that the guys at home, this is what they want to know. This is the big question. You know, we ask the big questions here on Crafters TV.
We do.
The hard-hitting topics, and this, for me, was probably one of the most hard-hitting topical issues that we could have tackled in the world on this Saturday morning. What was it, Craig?
So, just to clarify, we were on the subject of Greggs and sausage rolls. The new place at my area at Thinford's no longer a Greggs, and I was under the impression it was called Sausage 49.
Yeah.
I was close. It's called Bakery 79.
So close.
So
Uncanny.
sausage roll, bakery, 79, 49. I was kind of on that same wavelength, you know.
Yeah.
So if anyone at Bakery 79 are watching, it's a little free plug to you guys.
Yeah.
So yes, off the back of that one there, Tracy did reply. I found out after, of course, Tracy replied. But what I done is I let Tracy know when I found out, and all I got from Tracy was a whole load of laughing emojis. That was it. That kind of says it all when it comes to, of course, Bakery 79. Doesn't. It does not. Although I think it's a good name for a new chain, I think.
Well, if we're ever at a loose end, we'll be setting up our Sausage 45 cafe. So
absolutely.
Keep an eye out for that in the future.
Could have different flavoured sausages, Lily. We could do, couldn't we?
Could, yeah.
Also, before we delve into this show, in case you're thinking, has Craig just rocked out of bed? No, I'm doing this because of you guys at home. I got the memo. Didn't.
I cannot walk through the town centre wearing my pyjamas.
You could have your PJs underneath.
What, with my dressing gown on over the top?
Well, no, like I just like jeans or something.
Would have been a bit warm, wouldn't I?
Well, you would have been, yeah.
Yeah, it was quite muggy out. If I was walking in with my pyjamas on, with jeans over, it wouldn't have been a look, put it that way. So I do apologise, I have let the side down.
Don't apologise, yeah. Now, the reason I'm doing it, and actually you might not quite know this, or some of you maybe cottoned on over the last few days, certainly, it's been myself and Ben on the Crafters TV Facebook page.
They've taken over.
Keep having a look, because we've now all got access to it. So what we are planning on doing is whoever is in, probably the day before, we're going to do a little fun, little sneak peek. So what you already kind of see on our pages, what we're doing is we're opening it up, of course, onto you guys on Crafters TV Facebook pages. Now, I'm going to say, what's that saying? I'm going to say the saying that Sarah said to us, and it's something, no forgiveness. What, Seek no permission.
Seek forgiveness, not permission.
That's it.
That's it. Got there in the end.
That was Sarah's exact words to all of us when it comes to the Crafters TV Facebook page. So that's giving you an indication of some of the things that we want to do, some of the fun things, hence this one here. I asked you last night, I really couldn't be bothered, Lily, to get dressed up. It's been a busy week. I've not been in here a lot this week, but I'm in all the way next week up until, well, the start of the following week.
Wow, yeah.
And I was like, do you know what? I just want to be comfy. And you guys were up for it. Yeah, put your PJs on.
Love it. The guys at home were absolutely loving it.
Yeah, the only thing that you don't see is my WWE PJ bottoms. And the only reason being is because there's no actual give when it comes to the waist. So that means with our talk back and our mic box, well, there's going to be a lot of pulling up the trousers because they're quite heavy. So I do have them on, but that's why I've gone for that more kind of chilled and relaxed look when it comes to today.
At the end of the day, Make It Saturday's all about fun. It's all about being relaxed.
It is.
So why Why not?
Yes. What else have we got today? We're going to have a look at the goodie bag, aren't we?
Oh,
goodie bag.
I've not seen, as per usual, I've not had a look. I've not been cheeky between the shows. I've not been, having a little look. So I've literally got no idea what's inside there. Craig has promised he'll help me out.
Well, yeah.
Anything that I need doing, anything at all, he'll help me out. He didn't say anything at all, but that's how I took it.
I'll help where I can.
So we'll have a go at that.
Yeah.
Pasta. Vista has come back. Oh, do you know what? I've just realised I forgot to put my apron on. I promised I'd put the apron on.
Is it across there, is it?
So Pasta Vista, that's coming up, and the floral embossing folders that I can never remember the exact name of, they're coming up.
Yeah, not the Marco Polo, as I keep calling them.
Marco Polo, yeah. Them.
It's something about food and restaurants at the moment, isn't it? Yeah. Right, before we crack on, Jan is on the social again for this show. Rebecca dances in. Rebecca posted a picture of our current craft room that she's decorating across on Facebook.
Oh, I've not seen it. I'm going to have to
Go and
have a
look.
I'm very nosy. I love this sort of thing.
Stephen Nicole's in, Jeffrey's in, Stephanie's in, we've got Trudy is in, Debbie Wilson's in, we've got Louise is in, Rebecca's saying hello, Rebecca Davies is saying, haha Craig, not far out then when it comes to, of course, Bakery 79. It was close, it was close. Stephen Nicole is saying, I was on Google as well. There were so many of you at home that were trying to help me out and Google what the name was. Jamie was getting frustrated because he couldn't find it. Jamie was very much invested in this, wasn't he? He wanted to find the sausage 45. He was determined to find it. Definitely. Alexandra on YouTube is saying, hi Lily, Craig, Jan and all of the team. It's a bit gloomy here in West Midlands, so I guess I'll just have to watch. Make it Saturday.
Sounds like a plan.
Watch us and be in your PJs. Elisa's in and Lois is in as well. Any questions throughout the show, send them across to Jan. I'll, of course, then just read them out to Lily, as well as any of the comments. But before we get started, across on the website today, we've got our 10 for 20. We've got a great big selection there for you to check out on crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Go into that 10 for 20. You can see it says £20, but we do have dollars and euros, and we've got that whole selection. Now, I will say, of course, for you guys stateside, you are going to have your US tariffs there as well. But once you get to the checkout, you guys will know by now, all that info is there for you. But everything here, you can select 10 for 20. So 10 of them for £20, $20 or €20 as well. So all of there are there for you to check out. Great selection there for you to then be looking at, you know, maybe the credit cards, the stamps. There's a little bit of colouring in there. I've got a little bit of colouring in a moment to show you. Frame dies as well. Everything there. Have a little look and you will, of course, get your Club Inspire. So keep that one in mind. Now, what is getting busier and busier every Saturday, and it's becoming more and more popular, and that is our goodie bag. Now, the goodie bag here, this is giving you the opportunity to get everything that's inside at an exceptional price. Then what I'll do is I'll take it across to Lily, and Lily will do a little demo. Lily has not seen inside it today. Debbie Robinson didn't see inside it last week. I didn't see it the week before, but really do try and play ball and not look so that you get our full creativity straight away. Now, if you want to get everything that I'm away to show you right here, £35, $45. Platinum in the UK, you're £28. Yes, in the US, you're $36. You are going to have your US tariff on top of that as well. You get to check out, you'll see it all there. But exceptional price for everything that you're going to be getting here. Now, straight away, I'm going to show you that. Now, they're what, £25 on their own? £24.99 to be exact. Portrait Aqua Blend pencils, water-based pencils. Use them as they are as standard, or use your water brushes, paint brushes to blend and shade. You've got all of those in there. Incredible array of colours. 24 in total, worth $24.99. But then look at that price today. Your today's price, £35, $45. But then you're getting everything else. Platinum price being £28, $36 for you guys stateside. Of course, having your US tariff on top. You're getting everything else for that price there. 24 sheets of your 6x6 autumn fall paper pad. A lot of plaids in there, so you'll still be able to use them all throughout the year. Even when it comes to the pumpkins as well, you could still use those when it comes to different scenes. Then, relatively new from the Bookworm collection here, another one of our 6x6, 36 sheets here, single-sided as well. And as you'll start to see with our paper pads with collections, we've got designs here that work with the theme of books, or what you've also got is lovely generic patterns as well. So that's in there. Then what we're going to be giving you, 12 sheets of our construction foiled acetate. Yes, these are that autumn fall feel, but you've got plaid in there, you've still got your leaves in there as well. You can use them all outside of the autumn, but certainly, if not, keep a hold of them till the autumn time. 8x8 construction, 12 sheets. They've all got the protective backing on the top as well. I'm going to say there, even just here, there's the price straight away. And that's even been generous here. But you're getting everything that I'm showing you, and guess what? We're still going. You're going to be getting your flower creation die, so you can start to build and create your flowers with this die set. From that same range, one of my favourites being that rose. 11 dies in that one, 6 dies in that one. This is all coming within that same price. Thinking of you cut in floral frame with the sentiment stamp, 5 components in there. Then we're going to give you really nice sizable die in here from originally our Myths and Legends. That's in there. 4 dies though in total, because you've got your Laird dies in there too. Then we're going to go in with a little bit of Age of Elegance, giving you that gorgeous fan in there as well. Another sizable die there that you can see the design briefly on the back. Then we're still going to give you more. Stamp and die set here when it comes to the seaside. So you've got that really nice scene aspect of the lighthouse plus that sentiment stamp. That's in there. We're going to be giving you a full Violet Studio card making kit as well. That's going to enable you to make 6 cards. You've got the envelopes, foam pads, gems, toppers, pom-poms, all you need, a little bit of adhesive. That's in there to make 6 cards. And then last but by no means least, from your Myths and Legend as well, you're stamping your die set. That is coming to you whole lot. Every single item that I just showed you there is what you're going to get for £28 or $36. Of course, you guys having the US tariff as well, stateside. But still, as that exceptional goodie bag price, that whole entire lot is what you're getting for that unbelievable platinum price. Now, what I'll even tell you is, even if you're not platinum and you're paying the today's price, that is still epic. Absolutely epic. That's your Make It Saturday goodie bag. It's not been unknown for it actually to sell out in show, so keep an eye on the website. If you love the deal, love the look, grab hold of it. So I'm going to pop that in there just for a moment. Now, before we actually hand that across to Lily, we've got a few Sizzler deals as well. So while you're on the website looking at the goodie bag and also that 10 for 20, have a look at this one here. This, off the chain. Johnny, the whole lot. The whole lot. The Colorista Mega Bundle. Now, please do not be fazed in the quality of this set. This is a half-price deal for £16.80 or $24.80, plus, of course, your tariff. You have got your paint markers in here. 2 sets of your paint markers when it comes to the metallic tones as well as the bright tones. Your colouring pencils. You're able to then build up that blend. You've got the affordability when it comes to this bundle. However, everything that you know, love and have seen when it comes to our Spectrum Noir, you're going to get that same achievement but at an incredible price. Incredible price that they'd usually be at, never mind the fact that they are $16.80 or $24.80 platinum. You've got your neutral colours, you've got your pastel colours, your pen colours. We're even giving you your fine liners. I use these to handwrite. These ones I use because they've got a really nice fine line nib within each of the pen. That whole lot, Colorista Mega Bundle, £21, $31. Platinum in the UK, you're going to be £16.80, but for you guys stateside, $24.80 with, of course, your US tariff. That one I seriously consider checking out across on the website while you are there. I'm going to show you one more, and you will not be surprised why I want to show you this before we go across to Lily. That is Gildan Flakes. You know I love and adore Gildan Flakes. You're going to be getting your blush. Within the blush here, rose gold, soft rose, pretty pink. $11.99 or $13.56, which I would pay that for those 3 on their own any day of the week. But what we're then going to be giving you is your free Stay Sticky glue pen. These are your ballpoint pens with 5 of them in there. So these are great to handwrite. You could literally sign your own signature and then pop the Gildan Flakes over the top, or pop your glitters, add your embellishments. any little light mats and layers. You can do all of that. It's a stay sticky pen. It will stay sticky until you put something on it. $14.99 or $16.95 for both of those. When it comes to the Platinum, $11.99, $13.56. Of course, again, you guys will have your US tariff on top of that, but you're going to be paying for your Gildan Flakes and getting 5 of your Stay Sticky glue pens for free. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. Even if at the moment you don't need Gildan Flakes, get it just for the pens and you've got them for whenever you need them. So those were the two kind of main ones that I wanted to show you before we actually head across. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take your comments, I'm going to take my cup of tea, I'm going to then take the goodie bag, you can see the details down the side, and then I'm going to walk across to Lily and I'm going to hand this to you. I'm going to state your, if I can help with anything, let me know. If I'm going to be annoying or a hindrance, just move me out the way.
Never.
I'll give you that and see what we're going to do with it.
I'm quite fancying the idea of using the acetate. Might use the acetate. Might go a bit autumnal themed, you know. So obviously we've got our acetate and then we've got our paper pad as well.
It's a beautiful one, isn't it?
So
really, really nice.
We'll do something with those two together.
Okay.
Keep it quite simple, but we'll do a bit of construction. Yeah, I think we'll go for that. I mean, the cop-out would be to make one of these cards, but...
You don't cop out on anything.
As I don't, so I will not be doing that. But I've not got this one.
Right, sorry, can I just say as well, for you guys at home, if you want to grab hold for it, it's not actually on Shop the Day, but it is there. What I need you to do, go at the top of the search engine within our website and just do the Make It Saturday Goodie Bag. Just type it, as you see on the details, just beside Lily, just over there. Make It Saturday Goodie Bag. Type that in at the top of our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. It's going to pop up. Or that's also what that's for. If you ever see that and you want to go direct to it, put that item number in the search on the website. That will also take you to it. It's not on Shop the Day, but you've got those two options there to find it on the website, Lily.
Certainly do. I have to say I've not got this one at home, so if this is not still here come Monday, we'll know where it's gone, quite frankly. But
if it's still not here by the end of the day, you'll know where it's gone.
Absolutely, but we won't use it for this demo. We'll keep it a little bit more construction-based, I think, for this. I think this is a fresh new one.
I think they're always new, aren't they? They're always new. They really are.
Being treated on a Saturday, that is for certain. So we'll do something. I think I'll choose my acetate first, and then we can choose one of the papers. Spoilt for choice in here. Let's have a little look. I quite like the little pumpkins, are quite cute.
I think as well, with this time of the year, going into the warm summertime, sometimes if
Warm? What country do you live in? Warm summertime in the UK?
I'm from Scotland, Lily.
I know.
Everywhere's warm apart from Scotland to me.
That's
I'm actually sweating. I had to put the fan on earlier on.
It's warm outside, you know. It's warm, but not a nice warm, if that makes sense.
Well, we've all been working hard this week, so
we have.
I've not seen much
no
of it.
garden time for us.
No. Although I say that, I did have a break on, what day was I prepping?
A break? How dare you?
Was it Thursday? I'm lost. Yes, Thursday.
Yeah.
I went and sat in the garden for 15 minutes. I was still there an hour.
It's funny how 15 minutes.
But then I've been busy prepping this week. So.
You have. You have. Absolutely.
I also did go to my local park and was there for like 2 hours.
You're going to say our local pub then? That's a whole different story.
That was after.
That was after. Oh, well. Right. I'm going to have to remember to take the backing off. There we go.
So the backing.
The backing.
Is there a way that you know what side it's on, or is it literally the case of scraping each side?
To be honest with you, Craig, I tend to scrape each side, but with this one, because it's foiled,
it's
the side that's not the right side. So you do have two options. If you want to use the silver side, you can do, but technically what we'd class as the right side is the side where you've got the sort of ready coloured foil. So that's the right side. It'll be on the reverse. But what I always do, if I'm not quite sure, I always peel it back with a poker tool. So I just give a little scratch in the corner. If you can see it like start to move, then obviously you've got the right side. If it's not really doing anything at all by scratching it, then try the other side.
Awesome.
And it should be good to go. So now we've got the backing off. I know some people sort of like cut it down with the backing on, but I just find it so much easier to remove that early doors. And I believe this is 8 by 8 inch in size. So what we'll do is I'll just pull my arm out. So we'll just take that arm out and we're going to cut a piece of black card. I don't quite know what black card this is. It looks more like US letter size, does that?
It does, doesn't it? I wonder if it's from one of our, I was about to say luxury paper pads. You know, our colouring black.
Ones.
Yes.
Yeah, it might be actually.
Premium, that's what it was. That's what I was thinking of, yeah.
Possibly. But it'll do the job. We just need to cut this one down to the same size as our piece of acetate, which is 8 by 8 inch. So by any look, those two should be looking about the same. There we go. So we'll move that out of the way. We've got our Score Master. So we'll bring that one in. And we're basically just going to create a box. So we'll have our lid as the acetate. Now, acetate is one of those ones that's a little bit trickier to score. So I always start off with my scoring tool. You definitely want a nice, sharp, fresh scoring tool. But I always find if that's not quite doing the trick, I know this, I probably shouldn't recommend this, but a pokey tool at a real angle.
I understand why you're saying that, yeah.
You just go down, and can you see it already? It's going white, which means we've got that lovely crisp score. And making sure you're not going sort of down like that, so you're at a real angle, it's almost flat against the acetate.
Great tip.
And you're just going to score downwards, and that has worked for me for years. That's the only way I can ever get a lovely score on acetate.
Is it me, or is scoring and folding acetate, construction acetate, the most therapeutic thing, or one of the most, it just folds naturally, doesn't it?
And then it just bends, and then it just holds the shape, which is incredible in a way that cardstock doesn't. So that's our first one. We're going to score all 4 sides at 2 inch, and we're using our score master from the left-hand side, because it's the lid. So we'll go in with our poke tool. And I know it's one of those things that we get asked so many times. It's one of those sort of classic questions about scoring acetate. But for me, I know it's probably not the sort of done thing. Probably shouldn't recommend scoring with a poke tool, but honestly, it's the best way that I've ever found to score acetate.
We've all got our own ways, haven't we?
We certainly do. Certainly do. I know some people prefer, you know, we've got our different sizes of scoring tools that come with the Ultimate Pro, like the thicker ones. Some people prefer using those. But it's just personal choice, just having an experiment with the different ways and means and seeing what works best for you.
Because I very rarely will use the scoring tool with that bigger ball end on it.
I don't think I've ever used it, you know, Craig.
Very rare will I do that.
So if anybody at home has got a good use for it, because I remember Debbie Robinson asked me on air the other week, or perhaps other month, and I don't tend to use it, but whatever works for you.
Apologies, guys. We do have a few gremlins across on the website at the moment. If you're trying to get hold of the Make It Saturday Goodie Bag, please just keep having a look. We do have an okay quantity. So what I would say is just take inspiration from what Lily's doing. I showed you what's in there, and just keep having a look. Keep refreshing. Either keep having a look at Shop the Day, or what I would do is just keep typing in either Make It Saturday Goodie Bag, or type in the item number and just copy and paste it each time, just refreshing. So apologies on that one. So if you're having any issues with any of the items on Shop the Day, what to do, just go into Shop the Show, just go into Shop the Day, or again, what I've explained about the title and that item number, you can do that for anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, technical gremlins on a Saturday, how very dare they?
I know.
Having a weekend off, they think it's a bank holiday, so...
Some of us are working.
Well, we certainly are, that's for certain. So hopefully we can get that sorted as soon as possible. So we've created our box lid. We've done that same thing that we did on the craft long, where you just cut out your corners, so that's going to fold together a little bit nicely. So that's our lid. We'll stick that together in just a few moments. And then we've got our piece of black that we've we've cut out using our guillotine for our base. And this time we'll score from the right-hand side, so you're not having to cut it to different sizes. It's all going to be taken care of when it comes to your scoreboard. So this time we're going to score at 6 inches, which is kind of like 2 inches from the right, but you've got that slight little bit of room, which is going to give you a slightly different size when it comes to the lid and the base.
Okay. Never seen it that way before.
I hope I'm doing it right.
Of course you are.
Do you know what, the very first Make It Saturday we did, me and George, back in March, was it March? I think it was March, you know. I had to convince that I could remember how to do this certain style of gift bag, and I started doing it, and absolutely, yeah, I made a mesh, we say.
Yeah, Jamie's just started to giggle in my ear there.
Jamie remembers it, yes. It wasn't my finest hour, it has to be said.
We're human.
Well, yeah, I was convinced, because I make this style of gift bag quite often, and I thought, do you know what I'll do? I'll make this style of gift bag, and I started scoring, I thought, that really doesn't look right, and it wasn't. So we had to start again on that occasion. So hopefully, on this occasion we won't, but we'll soon see.
And you say that, I guarantee you there's many of you at home who'd appreciated that, because it gives you guys comfort in knowing that it happens to us.
Absolutely, and at the end of the day, it gave us all a giggle.
I bet you that's why you done it, to be fair, didn't you?
Well, of course, ever the professional.
Intentional.
Yeah, I never make mistakes, Craig. You know that all too well. Right, so hopefully we won't be making any mistakes on this one. So same idea once again with cutting out those little triangles.
Okay,
now what we'll do is, because obviously this piece is 8 inches, so we couldn't use a piece of our 6 by 6 inch to go in the centre, because it's obviously a little bit too small. So what we'll do for the inside of our base, we'll do a little mat and layer. So we'll bring back in our guillotine, and I absolutely love this this paper. It's probably my favourite from that pad actually. And we're just going to pop that into my guillotine just to see how large it needs to be. So it's about 3.5. So we'll go about
I love the autumn time. Absolutely love the autumn time.
Such a lovely sort of colourway, that, isn't it? So warm and rich.
It is. And in the UK now, we're certainly seeing more and more of that decor in the shops to buy within the autumn time. Used to maybe just like be the odd thing or that, whereas now, you know, I bought quite a lot of home decor items last year at autumn time, just to decorate the house before Christmas.
It did look good, I have to say. It looked like you'd been on changing rooms or something like that.
It was it's like the autumn season had come along and just thrown up all over my house, to be fair.
But in a good way.
But I was pleased with it.
Right, it did look good. But yeah, you're right. I think we've had Halloween for quite a few years. It's getting sort of bigger and bigger in the UK, but I think only the past couple of years, maybe autumn as a whole sort of aesthetics become a little bit more popular, which is nice.
It is. It really, really is. Lots of you tuning in and watching and commenting. Alexandra's saying, can I please give a huge thank you to the wonderful warehouse team. Ooh. Not only has my Craftaganza been delivered, but I've also got my Dreamies order from Thursday and my Pasta La Vista Showstopper.
From?
How awesome. That must have been from yesterday. Must have been, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wowzers. Have you got your apron? She'll have her apron, don't you?
Oh, your apron. You bought your apron, Lily, didn't you?
Go on, I'll wear the apron. Fortunately, we've not got two, I don't think. So
we don't,
just have to be me. Just have to
Johnny, can I ask, have we got any intentions of any other merch in the future? Oh, there may be a preview of something else that we'll show you within this show.
There you go.
Genuinely didn't realise that, actually.
Did you not? No. I thought it was a leading question. Oh, no. We do.
Yeah. See, if I prepped my shows, I would have known.
You didn't know. He's just pretending. Just like Monday all over again. Just like Monday. I think that might be a bit big. What have I done wrong here?
It's the pressure of me, isn't it? That's what it is. Well, turn away.
Well, I always thought if you score from the left-hand side for your lid, you score from the right-hand side for your base.
Yeah, but you didn't score from two. You scored 2 inch from the lid, didn't you?
Yeah.
So do you not need to score 2 inch from the base on that side?
Oh.
You scored up at 6, which makes it bigger. That's why I'd say, I've never seen it this way before.
Well, probably it's the wrong way.
I did.
Right.
Not that I would question anyone, but I did think, why are you doing a base from that side coming?
That teaches you always question me, because quite often I'm very wrong. Don't worry.
Nope.
We can use that for something else. We can work out how to do that for another project. So we will save that just in case, and we'll do it again the proper way.
There we go then.
Oh dear. Right, so start again. Just pretend none of that happened. Nobody saw that, did they?
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, that'll be fine in the edit. Absolutely fine in the edit.
We're not live.
No, of course we're not. Never are. So we'll cut this one down once again to 8 by 8. If you feel like you've got deja vu, that's probably why.
Tell you what, while you're doing that, Alexandra's watching. Can I please give a huge thanks to them? Just joking. Reread that comment.
Oh my gosh. Right, this time we're doing it the right way. Score at 2 inch. What a silly Billy. We'll not be doing that again. There we go. So score along there. It's exactly the same idea, but this time just being done correctly. Well, we were talking about making mistakes and how you guys at home love it. So hopefully this time you'll love this one as well. We'll get there in the end.
I just thought maybe you'd worked out that where you scored here was also 2 inch. So you just choose to do that line instead.
Oh, that'd be far too clever. No.
That we've got there.
We think we have. We'll probably put the two sides together and they probably won't fit now. But
no, I'm sure it will.
Me and box making on these goodie bag demos. Maybe I should just stick to what I know and do a card. But
good to see though. Nice to see how it comes together.
Right. So.
Conrad's in saying hi, Jan, Lily and Craig. Pauline Hassel is saying hi, everyone, from Cheshire.
Hello.
Mary Shore's in saying hello, Jan, Craig, Lily, CTV crew. That once again is Matty outside, Johnny and Jamie. We're saying, hope you're having a great Saturday. Do you know what? It's been lovely.
It has been. It's been a lovely day.
It has been lovely.
By once again. You always know it's a good day. And you're enjoying it when it flies by. Because I can't believe it's 2:30. Where's that gone?
I know.
Crazy.
Jamie just saying how much he loves Saturdays.
Oh.
We've got Crafting, Not Grafting by Hilary saying, my Craftaganza has been delivered.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So many of you.
Brilliant. Marie Short, you obviously didn't see the start of the show. Yes, the sausage news.
Oh,
we got there.
The sausage news, sausage update.
Sausage update. If you didn't see the start of the show, yes, we did find out it's not Sausage 49.
Nope.
The place that's now replaced Greg's in my area is Bakery 79. So I was kind of in the middle on bakery, sausage roll, 49.79. So
there's
we're
a food
close
stuff
by.
and a number, so
That's it. Yeah.
you know.
Close.
Yeah.
Yes, Alexander has her apron.
Are you wearing it? Are you crashing in it, or is it going to be one of those that you keep safe and you can't bear to part with it?
Or do what I done yesterday, make yourself look like a barista.
You did. You did look like a barista.
I wonder if I'd done that and went into the Starbucks round the corner from me and just walked behind the counter.
Yeah. Any jobs going?
Yeah.
I'm looking the part. You could go into bakery
I'm not needing
79.
a new job, thank you very much.
Wow.
Unless you're trying to tell me something. You do my schedule, you try to tell me something, Lily.
Well, if you don't have any shows coming through for next week, don't worry, you've got plenty of shows coming through next week.
I don't actually do it. Do it?
Next week? You're on for 4 days next week.
Sorry, I'm thinking the following, I'm here all this week. I'm thinking the following week.
You're here for 4 days, I'll be back for 2 days. I think that's probably enough days for one person, quite frankly.
And to be fair, because I'm at Hobby Maker on Friday, then I'm there on the Sunday, so I'm just staying down on the Saturday. I'll have my day off in Birmingham. If you're in the Birmingham area, let me know.
I was going to say Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Birmingham,
so I'm going to have my day off, but I might do a little bit of shopping at the Bull Ring.
Yeah, Cadbury World.
Do you know what? I've not been. I've been to SeaWorld. I've been to Sea Life Centre. I've been to the Utility Arena.
Me too.
I've been to the other. It's not called Sports World now. Is it BP Arena or something it's called now? So I've done things like that. So I've not done Cadbury's World.
I mean,
so
I've
that's an option.
not gone for years, but the last time I went, it was absolutely brilliant.
Was it?
Yeah, it's a great day out. And the sort of thing you can spend all day there, so if you've got plenty of time to fill.
I've got a full day off next Saturday.
Do it.
Yeah?
Do it.
Although I do think I'm catching up with floor manager Kat for a walk with the dog, I think.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So that'll be nice, and then, head into Birmingham.
Yeah, Cadbury World, place to be. Mind you, if it's just been half term. But I mean, I don't know if it's half term down there, it'd be heaving probably.
True.
Busy.
I might just go back to Alton Towers. Oh no, it's Saturday in the school. No way.
Oh no, don't do that.
No way. Am I doing that?
Do that. That will not.
No way.
Not be too relaxing. You'd rather be in work, I think, than fighting through the crowds.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just sticking this together. I'm hoping once we've stuck the lid together and we've popped the lid and the base together, it'll fit. But the way that this demo is going, who knows? Anything, quite frankly, anything could happen.
Got faith. It's going to work.
Well,
it's going to work.
hopefully I've got me one mistake out of the way and we'll be smooth sailing even. Not snailing, definitely not smooth, snailing from now on. So just going in with our tape pen. I probably would be using a red liner tape if I was crafting at home, but just for speed, we'll go with our tape pen. Oh, you're right about folding acetate. It's so
So nice, isn't it?
When it just like pings into shape.
Does.
Lovely.
Folds in. Folds in together. Karen's in saying, hi Craig and Lily.
Hello.
I'm afraid
Oh no.
I am still in Egypt until Monday.
Oh no. Oh, it's Karen again. Karen, not again.
Yep.
Tell me, Karen.
34 degrees.
Oh, she's already told me. Of course, yeah. Are you by the pool again, Karen?
And only 1.5 days left before I return to Scotland. I'd stay in Egypt a little bit longer for the warmer weather.
Yeah.
I would do that. Looking forward to all of my parcels that have been delivered. This could be you in a few days if you grab hold of this. You'll find it across on our website now. It's there, it's live, easy to find. It is, of course, the Make It Saturday Goodie Bag. I gave you a preview a moment ago, and now we're having a look here. So what I would highly recommend, though, is do it by what I said before, and that's just search that name. So where you've got Make It Saturday or the item number there. What you will find is there is a goodie bag already there from the 24th. So if you're wanting, so you want the 24th, which is today. There is one up there that's still classed as the 17th. You don't want that one. You might do, but you'll pay full price. You want today, go with that item number. It's there on the website, so you will just find it.
Absolutely, and there we go. It worked in the end. Cute little box using your goodie bag. So we've used some black card, which I'm hoping you guys at home will have in your crafty stash. We've used those lovely autumnal papers on the inside, and then we've used our fall acetate to create our lid. They should fit together. It did a second ago.
How effective is
You've got
that?
your cute little box. So it's just 2 pieces of 8 by 8 inch for your lid and your base. Score at 2 inches. Make sure you score on the right side of the scoreboard, and you should be good to go. And there you go. Cute, quick, and easy. But can you imagine if they're like little favours? If you're doing autumnal parties,
Yeah.
a few little autumnal candles or tea lights in there.
Do you know what I'm thinking?
Go on.
If you pierced or die cut some tiny little hole, do you still get potpourri nowadays?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Still
actually.
get that?
Yeah.
And that could be a little home decor there, just within the side there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Quick and
could
easy.
do that. How fab is that? Absolutely epic. You can, of course, recreate exactly what Lily's doing, or just follow with what Lily's done, but use all your other stuff. But if you do want, of course, the goodie bag, you can get that whole lot, £35, $45. Platinum price, £28 or $36. Of course, you guys stateside, remember, you do have your US tariffs on top of that, but you'll see that when you get to the checkout on the website. Right, we're going to come back in a little moment or two, and we're going to crack on with the Make It Saturday. So go check out your baskets, and we'll see you in a minute.
Hi everyone, it's the Crafting Divas again, and today we have a song of why we love Crafters TV. Stamps, dies, and paper pads as far as you can see. Cutting, gluing, and embossing all on Crafters TV. Yay!
A few weeks ago on the show, we were talking about places where all you guys lived. We might have used Google Earth just to have a bit of a sneaky look at the village, town, or city that you lived in. And I thought it might be quite funny if I wrote a little ditty and I put on my Facebook page, where do y'all live? And I'll put your towns and cities and village into my little song. But I didn't realize that there would be about 425 responses, so I'm gonna cram as many places into this song as I can, but I won't get them all in. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. We craft in Lydney, Lynbrook, Launceston, Lehana, Tampa, Darlington, Almond Beach, Sedalia, Wills Point, Widnes, Wildwood, Wildham, Architectural Lake, Walkerburn, Yate, Bay, Hesperia, Sublimity, Pinhole, Avon, Freeport, Mableton, San Jose, Enumclaw, Great Bend, Detroit, Peniston. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Crafting Parachute, Paradise, Pollux, Papillion, Sheepshead Bay, St. Petersburg, Seacon, Sutton, Saturday, Bristol, Brighton, Brooklyn, Blackwood, Barnsley, Tide Squeeze, South Shields, Temple Hills and Bentley, Tampa, Villa, Tucumcari, Cary, Ottawa, Hull, Harrisburg, Lexington, Tupelo, Cincinnati, Austinburg. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Crafting Loxahatchee, Lakesville, Lawrence, Lacey, Livermore, Albuquerque, Weeki-Wachee, Pensacola, Ellsmere Park, Mechanicsburg, Williamsburg, Rebella, Houston, Burlington, Wet Wang, Market, Drayton, Yale, Medford, Wellington, Wapakoneta, Homer, Sassa, Santa Rosa, Wichita, Honolulu, Riverdale, Melbourne, Commerce, Now we craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Crafting Newton Abbey, Richmond, Dudley, Georgetown, East Kilbride, Eugene, Ferrum, Brownwood, Walkerstown, Newarheim, Fort Wayne, Gloucester, Chester, Long Beach, Raphael, St. Dominic, St. Cloud, St. Augustine Beach, Sand Springs, Romford, Tulsa, Traverse City, Wesley Chapel, Ballarat, Medina, Ramble City. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Crafting Sawbrook, Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Latte, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage, and Hurtville, Seattle, Gold Canyon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Gold Canyon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Glover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We craft in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Nashville, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We craft in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Mandenholm, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Sawston, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Conestoga, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne, and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I've done it again this week and forgot to tell you and remind you about the craft clinic to get your questions in. It's all about Duet ink pads with Lilly. So you've still got time. We're going to have a look at the pasta collection and Lily's going to be doing a demonstration. So if you've got any specific questions when it comes to your Duet ink pads, of course, any questions, send them to Jan. But any that's specific about the Duet ink pads, what I'll do is I'll kind of hang fire and we'll look at it in maybe about 15 minutes and then we'll go into the craft clinic. So any questions, Duet ink pad, send them across. There is no such thing as a silly question, a daft question, you know, what you're asking and want to know, other people will as well. So any question, it is ink pad, they are water-based, so really good to, of course, send it to Lily because she knows so much, certainly with about the Duet ink pads. So get them in. So many still, and I've just been looking within our groups at the moment, saying that you're getting your Pasta La Vista collection now. You only ordered it yesterday, so well done. If you've not got hold of it yet, you can grab hold of it now. Do you know something? We know that our warehouse are incredible and they're getting better and better and they're getting quicker and quicker. We're still mind-blowing at the fact that, I'm going to tell you right this, QVC are the best. They ain't that quick. They ain't that quick when it comes to delivering. I know, I know. I have shares in the company, not quite, but you know, I'm being funny to make a point here. You guys are getting our collections quicker and quicker because of the hard work from the guys and girls in the warehouse. So those that did get hold of Pasta La Vista yesterday, many are already receiving them now. If you didn't, let's have a look. We've got our Pasta La Vista Showstopper. Look. Ooh, you guys stateside, tariff-free. So what I'm going to show is what you're going to get, plus Lily, within this, we're also getting that fab apron that you're showing.
There we are. You too can be craft royalty thanks to your lovely brand new Crafter's Companion Craft Royalty apron. And you heard it here first, Craig might not remember, but there's more of this to come next week. Probably shouldn't have said that, but I did, so it's out there, it's done. The deed's done, we've said it.
To be, I've got a funny feeling I do remember being told that actually, so we'll give you a little tease later within this show here. But the Pasta La Vista Showstopper, you are going to get that apron that Lily's just shown you, so that's part of the Showstopper, plus the collection here. There is a bonus buy that I'll go over in a moment, but the Pasta La Vista, remember, only just launched yesterday with myself and Ben. Lily had the preview at 10 o'clock UK time yesterday, but just launched yesterday. You're going to then be getting your 4x6 2D embossing folder, so that's in there with all your different pasta shapes. You're then also going to be getting your pastas. These are stamps and these are dies, 56 in total, because what these give you is the pasta shape, stamp and dies, but what you've also got is all of these, what I'm calling is the little emoji stamps. So you could use these to stamp onto the actual pasta, so you can make them smiley, they could be having that winky face if you want to. You've then got the arms, you've got the legs as well, so you can turn your pasta into people. Pasta people, guys.
Pasta people.
Pasta people. Then you're also going to be getting all of these punny sentiments here. These are giving you 27 in total. You're getting a huge array of different fun, quirky ones. I can't read from my screen, but you can get the grab from the screen here, but all punny ones regarding the pasta. You've got the pestos yet to come, you've got sausage, you've got pasta party, you've then also got holy macaroni, how old are you? You've got hey, penny pal. So you've got all of those different punny sentiments. You've got you make me smile. These are brilliant, absolutely fab. Penny-tastic, absolutely great. All of those are included as well, which of course I could have showed you the board and I could have just read them there off screen, but this is all of the punny sentiments that you're getting. Then what you're going to get is the 6x6 paper pad. Now this is a mix here because you're going to get your 36 sheets. These ones are single-sided. You've got pasta designs, but then you've got lovely generic kind of designs within the papers as well. You've got your swirls, you've got your dashes, you've got your lines, you've got your ribbon, but then you've got that pasta tone when it comes to the shapes that run throughout. So that, once again, including the apron, £44 or $53. Platinum price in the UK, you are, of course, going to be £35.20 or $42.40 with no tariff tax because you get the apron within this bundle here, which is fabulous. Great price, £35.20 or $42.40 for that brand new collection that just launched yesterday. Now, did say, of course, we've got the bonus buy. Now, when it comes to the bonus buy of the classic pens, for you guys stateside, you are going to have your US tariffs on this one here. But you can go for your bonus buy, and then essentially, is it still half price, Johnny, if you put it in? If you pop it into the basket with, of course, your brand new Pasta La Vista collection, you're going to get this at half price. Now, the platinum price, £80 or the UK, US $96 with, of course, your US tariff. But if you pop them into your basket with your Pasta La Vista, that then means in the UK, you're going to get them for £40 platinum, not £80. Absolutely exceptional to get all sets here, 6 sets of your classic pens, double-ended, phenomenal laydown of colour, blend of colour, shade of colour. All of these you are getting, you won't get a broken one. Really robust that you can see from it. Look, see, robust, no issues. But look at all the colours that you're going to be getting here. I'm going to tell you right now, knowing the quality, of course, of Spectrum Noir, being Leanne's baby, within this one here, £100, $120, worth it. It really, truly is worth it. But the fact is that you're going to get it half price in the UK at £40 if you pop it into the basket with your Pasta La Vista collection. When it comes to the platinum, yeah, you've got it half price US, but you've still got your US tariffs on top. So keep that one in mind. But you've got that option, 72 classic pens in that bonus buy. So if you do want them half price, pop them into the basket with your Pasta La Vista collection. You get the new launch, you get the apron, you get, of course, your classic pens. You've got a great set to get crafting straight away. So that being said, Lily, are you ready to demo?
I'm ready. I thought
Shall
there was
we
some
do
sort of pun coming there, a pasta-themed pun. Thank goodness there wasn't.
I'm not good with puns.
You're not, Ben, are you?
No.
Thank goodness for that. Wow.
No, I'm not good.
I'm grateful, I have to say, because there was enough yesterday. I think we're all punned out.
There was. There really was.
Anybody in the comments, if you want to send them through, feel free. I'm sure Ben won't be watching, so hopefully he won't be sending any through himself. But the card that we're not going to be recreating this one, but I wanted to show you this one first of all, because this is sort of the inspiration that I took for the card that we're about to create. So this is a gorgeous creation by our lovely Nicole, and I was really inspired by the sort of masking technique that she'd done in the centre, so I'm going to do something similar with this card.
Okay.
So we'll leave that to one side, and I've cut a piece of just our regular white, formerly known as stamping card, multi-purpose card, white card, that one. We've cut it down to 3.5 inches square. And what we'll do is we'll grab all the Pastabilities embossing folder here, and we're just going to emboss this piece using our embossing folder. Now, because we're using white cardstock, it's double-sided, so there's no sort of right or wrong side to the card that we're using, so it doesn't really matter what side of that embossing folder we actually pop this cardstock into. And with it being a 2D embossing folder, 2D, we always say 2D 2 plates, so 2 of your cutting plates is all you need.
I've never heard of that before. 2D 2 plates.
Do you know what, Craig? It's the only way I can remember it, because for years and years and years, I could never ever remember it. 2D embossing folder, 2 plates, your 2 cutting plates, 3D, 3 plates.
Wow.
I know. It's good.
Never thought of it that way before.
It's good. It's helped me, that's for sure. The only way I can remember it. Yeah.
Oh my God, 2D 2 plates, 3D 3 plates.
Yeah. Easy as that.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
It's good, isn't it? It makes sense.
Anyone else in the comments, let me know if, have you said it before, Lily?
I've been saying it for years, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
okey-doke.
I don't know where you've been, no,
No,
I'm
I know.
joking, but,
Well, anyone else like me? Anyone else? Is that just blowing your mind there? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I remember when I first said it to Ben and it blew his mind as well, but yeah, it's the only way I can remember the plate combination. So all we've done is we've taken a piece of our masking tape, and I have to say I'm finding that I'm using my masking tape more and more at the moment. So I've just taken a strap of our masking tape and I've just cut it into a circle shape, just using my nesting dies. And we're going to use that as a mask. So we'll pop that into the centre of our panel that we've just embossed there. A little bit of almost like a preview, if you like, of our craft clinic coming up a little bit later on. We're going to use some of our Duet ink pads. So any questions you guys at home have got,
They're starting to come in, Lily.
Oh. Good, good. So we'll go in with our Duet ink pads. I've got a little bit of red on my blending tool, but I'm not going to worry. If we add a little bit of red, it's no problem at all. It's just going to add a little bit more colour. So we just go around with our blending tool, and I'm using our round one here, and we're just blending around the edges in a circular motion. You know, we always go on about the square blending tool, which is rectangular. I had another thought last night. So obviously we call that one rectangle, which is obviously a shape. We call this one round. Why don't we call this one circle?
Lily,
You know
stop it.
There's just so many issues with this naming system.
That's like 2 things now in the space of 5 minutes. You've just utterly blown my mind.
I've no idea why that came to mind last night, but it did. I just thought, well, why is this called a circle? You don't call the other one oblong, do you? Call it square.
Wow.
I know. I mean, I told you guys, it's an educational show with all the hard-hitting questions. And we've delivered on that promise.
We've gone deep in 5 minutes.
We have. We've had sausage 45.
That's such a good point.
Yeah. I would love to know who named these tools, because I've got quite a lot I'd like to chat
I'm going to
them
say it's
about.
probably a guy.
Probably was. I don't think it'd be Laird.
No, it won't be Laird. Do you know, it won't be us, because, you know, the blending tools have been around, I'm not going to say longer than us, but I think it was Tim Holtz that maybe initially kind of started the blending tools.
Yeah, so I know a lot of different brands do them, but I don't think any other brand named them as poorly as we do. Years and years ago, we used to do the foam ones, the felt ones. Do you remember the felt ones?
Yeah, it was like with your alcohol inks and that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've still got a load
I've still
of those.
got some, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure I have a box full of them. Never use them anymore. The sponge ones are a lot better.
Do you know, so I've still got many of our re-inkers left over. I know, obviously, that we don't do them now. Really need to, even just to have a play for Facebook, give you guys ideas how to use them, because I used to love all of that.
Yeah, it's good fun, that sort of thing, isn't it? That's sort of having a little play with all that sort of thing. So we've got our ink onto there. It doesn't look like an awful lot to start with, but all we'll do now is we'll just take the edge of our little mask here, and don't forget you can reuse this very much like your low tack tape. And you'll just peel that back, and you've got that lovely sort of halo effect. So it's embossed all over, but you've got that lovely white shape in the centre. The one that we've taken inspiration from here from Nicole, she's used a heart nesting die. So any sort of shape you've got in your crafty stash, you can use that as a little sort of like stencil or mask in the centre. We've done one here that's a little bit more orangey, so you could just see the differential. This is a little lighter, a little bit more muted in terms of the colours that we've added. This one's a little bit more strong. So I think we'll use the one that's a little bit more bold. And what we'll do is we'll just mat and layer onto some black card, and then we'll go onto some yellow card. So a few mats and layers. So if you've got any questions, any comments, let us know.
Well, the only questions at the moment regarding your duets, so I'll hang fire with them at the moment. Reoccurring theme here, Rebecca's saying it, Craig, where have you been? When it comes to, of course, the plates for embossing.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Artistic Expressions by Sarah is saying, I remember Lily saying it a while back, it's the only way that I remember it now.
Yes, you and me both. The only way I've ever been able to remember it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely not going to forget that now.
I tell you what I used to do with my machine at home. I used to have a little note, of course, a little scrap of paper that probably came out the waste paper bin, knowing me, on the top there. And I used to bring it for shows quite often and have it under here. They used to have the plate combinations. I'm fine with die cutting, always knowing the die cutting plate combinations are absolutely fine. Embossing, I could never remember it. Always used to have it written down. And as soon as I knew that, 2D2, it just clicked like that. So.
Do you know when, because I don't think I've ever told anyone, not that it's like, you know, breaking news here, but Lily's saying about, of course, just leaving that little note. You know, whenever you guys ask me how to emboss through a stencil with the embossing mat, I always have a little note at the side of me because I can never remember.
I'm the same. I think that's what we all seem to struggle with. I always forget, and I always get really nervous when I'm doing it. I'm thinking, I hope this is the right way around.
Yep, I always. You never see it at home, but I have a note at the side of me reminding me.
You guys know now, peek behind the curtain there.
Yep.
Isn't it funny, the stuff that seems so simple, but for some of us just seems more difficult to remember. Funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
So we've just got one of my favourite card folds here, which is a fold back or Z fold style card. We've cut it down to 5.5 inch square. And all it is with one of these is you just create your card blank as standard, so you score in half. But then on that front section, you just score in half again, which gives that lovely sort of fold back element. And we've just gone in with some of those gorgeous papers from the collection, from our 6x6 inch pad. And we've just mat and layered those same colourways that we've just used for our topper, which is our really thin border of black, and then onto some yellow. And off the top of my head, I think the yellow might be from the Peacock, Graceful Plumes, I think. But I know we've done some lovely yellows in card packs over the years, so I'm sure you'll have some card in your stash. So we'll just go in with a piece on the inside, a piece on the front, just to keep it tying together. Then I've got another piece of that pattern paper that's just going to go alongside that right-hand side of the card, just to add a little bit more interest, a bit more detail, and start bringing in more of those lighter yellow tones to contrast against that lovely bold orange. And this time I've cut this one down so it's exactly the same height as our card base. So that's just going to go onto there, just like so.
We'll have a winner in this show as well, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we do. Do you know, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, 2 within the show. We've got the first one coming up. We've got the winner's name through just now, so we'll tell you that just shortly.
Well, I've just realised it's nearly 3 o'clock.
Jamie, I didn't remember. Jan reminded me.
Oh, thank goodness. At least Jan's here, otherwise we would be up
thanks,
the creek
Jan.
without a paddle. At least Jan's keeping us right. Thank you, Jan.
If you want to know, you're always each Saturday in with the chance of winning something. What is it again? £10 voucher, $10 voucher, and all that you need to do is comment. That is purely it, just by commenting, saying hi, ask a question, whatever it is, simply by commenting, you're within the chance of winning a £10, $10 voucher. We do one within the first hour, and then we do one within the second hour. So you've still got time. If you're not commented yet, get commenting, ask a question, certainly with the Duet, and you might win a £10 or $1 voucher.
Pretty cool, that, isn't it? You
It
don't
is.
have to do much at all.
See what happens when Ben and George is not here, the professionals?
Professionals. Yeah, it's a fun show. It's what we want, talk about sausage 49 and everything in between.
Says him that's on here with his pyjamas.
Well, this is true. Jamie's saying you should have worn your pyjamas over your trousers.
I could have actually, I never thought of that.
Would have been a good idea.
Never thought of that.
Oh, well,
Could do it within the next hour, couldn't I?
I suppose, yeah. We'll have a little break. So we'll just go in with our, so I'm using my light yellow blend just to colour this little piece of ravioli. So all I've done is I've stamped out the outline of the pasta first, and then I find it personally a lot easier to stamp the little face or the arms or whatever, little additional accessories you might be using to stamp those afterwards. So we're going in with our light yellow blend, that lightest one first, and it's just a case of working up those colour tones. So I always go from lightest to darkest. So I'm now adding in that mid-tone just to start to add a little bit of shading to really bring this cute little pasta character to life. And then we'll go in with our darkest of the 3. But then what I'll do is I'll bring in another sort of a brownie colour tone just to add a little bit more depth to this. So that's our yellow colour tones. But what I've been doing with all the pasta, I've been colouring in this sort of yellowy colour tone. I bring in the gold brown shades. And just where you're going to have those real areas of shade and shadow that are going to be a little bit darker, we'll go in the lightest, just the lightest one on this one, not all 3 colour tones. Just add a little bit of darkness into there. And then just to blend that through, I'll go back into that light yellow blend, just with the darkest of the 3. And then we're just going to go back in to soften that edge, just to pull that edge out a little bit more and blend the 2 colour tones. Then you've got a little bit more depth into the centre there, as you can see there.
Love that.
Cute, isn't it?
It is cute, really cute.
So what we'll do now is we'll bring in another die cut. So this time we've not stamped, we've just die cut that outline out. So we can just do a little bit of drop shadowing, of course, in true Lilly style. I do love a good old black drop shadow. It does make a big difference to make these pop off the page. So we'll just add him onto his little backing plate there. And that's going to make him stand proud of the card a little bit more. And all we've done ahead of time is we've taken another of those little pasta characters. This one, pasta shells, Conglini, something like that.
Yeah, this was funny yesterday, us trying to say them.
Yeah, they are. I'm sure it begins with a CO, I'm sure, something like that. So close enough. Shells, we'll just call it
Jamie,
shells.
stop snickering in my ear.
Oh dear.
Yes, we did. I would highly recommend, once we come off live for today, go back and watch yesterday's if you didn't see it, because a little bit of hilarity when it comes to the both wake-up call and certainly the pick of the week show. Of course, go back and watch Lily's preview, but when it comes to myself and Ben and the team trying to say some of the names, turned into a little bit of hilarity. It
certainly did. And for the 2 o'clock show, so please make sure you watch that one, because the game that they played was so much fun. I was playing along in the office myself. It was fun, yes. I was shouting through to the studio.
Yes, Ben, myself yesterday, but specifically Ben, was shouting through to Lily, who was at her desk in the office at the other side of the studio, and that was live on air, so they were having a conversation, so that was really fun.
That was good fun. Yeah, people could hear, I think, at home, from what I was told. I do believe they could hear us.
Yeah?
So we've got our pair of pasta. For the orange ones, I tend to go for the burnt orange blend. I've found that gives you that nice colour, and it matches with your ink pads and with your paper pad as well. Then just to finish it off, of course, it wouldn't be a pasta card without a little pasta pun. So we'll go on with I want a pasta time away with you. Just to finish that off, and that will go along that bottom there, and that should finish our card off nicely. So a sweet little Z-fold style card using our pasta Vista collection that you can be doing when you get your hands on that fabulous Showstopper. And of course, when you're crafting, you will be wearing your apron as well. There you go. I wasn't just bending down for the sake of it. They quickly changed the camera. I was bending down to show you, and then they quickly flicked back so you could see me just start like I was crouching down just to bend my knees or something. So I wasn't. But there's the card. Here's the apron. There we go.
That is absolutely brilliant. How fab is that when it comes to that brand new collection? So remember, you can grab hold of it. It is on the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. You're going to get everything that I showed you within that Pasta La Vista collection. Plus, of course, you're going to get that apron. All of that tariff-free for you guys stateside. If you want to go for the bonus buy with, of course, the classic pens to get them half price, then, of course, those parts of the bonus buy, the classic pens, you are going to have your US tariff on top of that. Many of you will know by now, of course, when you get to the website into the checkout, it kind of explains it there. So just to keep that one in mind. Are we going straight into Craft Clinic, or? Yes, Lily, are you all right to start Craft Clinic?
I'm ready, go
Shall
on.
Right, so we do have a couple of questions, but I thought even just to start with Lily, are you able to explain Duet ink pads? Like, what are they as such compared to maybe us just saying what reactive?
Absolutely. So Duet ink pads are a little bit different to all of our ink pads. And now all of our ink pads within the range here at Crafters Companion and Spectrum Royal, every single ink pad is a little bit different and has a different use. Now, if you ask Leanne will say hands down Duet ink pads are her favourite type of ink pad within our whole range. Now, reason being is they do so many different things. So these are what we call a hybrid ink pad.
Okay.
And when we talk about them being a hybrid ink pad, we're talking about an ink pad that's a fusion between a water-reactive pigment and a chalky style ink. So that means you can do a lot of different techniques with them. Now, when it comes to our Duet ink pads, they're almost a little bit like we've fused together our water-reactive ink pads, we've fused together some of the properties of our opaque pigment ink pads, and we've fused together some of the properties of our quick dry ink pads as well. And by that we mean you're going to get the same sort of coverage, that really lovely rich opacity that you get with an opaque pigment ink pad, you're going to get that with a Duet ink pad as well. The sort of blendability and manoeuvrability and reactions with water that you get with a water-reactive ink pad, you'll also get with a Duet ink pad. And the thing that we love about our quick dry ink pads, the fact that we can stamp beautifully with them, you can also do that with a Duet ink pad. The thing with a Duet ink pad, you can still stamp, it's going to give you that beautiful crisp stamped impression, but they dry a little bit more slowly. So if you are super quick, what you can do is you can actually sprinkle it with your clear embossing powder, and you can still stamp with your Duet ink pads as well. So in terms of techniques, they can just do so many different things. They're incredible. I will quickly show you though, to start with, just before we dive into questions, just so you can see a little use of them, just to see them in action and how easy it is to work with. We're going to do a little bit of blending. So we've taken our vintage Merlot, and what you'll notice is if you've never used one of our teardrop style ink pads before, they are so easy to use. You can see they literally just nestle in the palm of your hand. Very easy to use and to handle. You've got that wider area at the end there. If you do want to take your ink pad directly to your cardstock, of course you can do that. And that wider end there, it's a nice broad application that you can be using for larger areas. Perhaps you're inking up a really delicate stamp and you're doing sort of specific inking, you're inking up different areas in different colours. That end there, that pointy end, our teardrop end, is going to give that lovely fine application. But what we'll do for this one is we'll actually take our ink pad using our blending tool, and we'll ink onto our cardstock. So all we're doing, like we would with any of our ink pads, our water reactives, which we know are fantastic for blending, we're just going to take that ink directly from that ink pad, picking it up onto our blending tool, and we can start to blend. You can see there you get that lovely seamless blend of colour onto your cardstock, almost like it's been airbrushed onto your card. You're not getting any streaks or smudges whatsoever. It's just giving you that lovely colour lay down onto your cardstock. Now the beauty of your Duet ink pads is you can blend different colours together as well. So if you want to go in with another colour, let's grab our rosy apple. We'll bring our rosy apple and we'll start to lay that down onto our cardstock, and you can start to build up that colour very quickly and very easily. Now, with our water reactive ink pads, we say when you add water, it gives you almost like a faux bleaching effect. Now, when it comes to our Duet ink pads, what you'll get with a Duet ink pad is it will give you almost like a faux bleaching, but it looks a little bit more chalky. So where you've added the water, it gives you that lovely, almost like white oxidized sort of effect, which gives you a little bit of a differential between your Duet ink pads and with your water reactives. But you can see there, just a little bit of colour onto your card, very easy to blend, whether you're going to be using one of our blending sponges like we're using here, whether you're using the more egg-shaped blending sponges, they'll work with those, they'll work with your finger daubers, and they will work with your blending brushes with the bristles as well. A super, super versatile ink pad. You can paint with them as well. Just so many different things you can do with it, sort of bringing together all the best properties of some of our most loved ink pads into one fantastic compact little ink pad.
That is brilliant. Thank you so much for that, Lily. We do have a couple of questions. You kind of actually covered them, but what I'll do is I'll read them out to you anyway, if maybe you want to then kind of elaborate on that. What I will just say before we go on to that one, just remember we will announce the winner in a moment of the first hour. So you've not missed it, so don't worry, guys. Shirley Ann is saying, Craig, obviously I'll send it across to Lily, can the Duet ink pads be used for heat embossing?
They certainly can. So they are almost like part way between your quick dry and your pigment. So we know that our pigment ink pads are slow drying, so are ideal for heat embossing. Your quick dry, as the name suggests, they're very, very quick drying, so you've got pretty much no chance of heat embossing. Your Duet ink pads sit sort of between the two. So as soon as you stamp, quickly get your embossing powder over the top and you can heat emboss with them, but there's no sort of hanging around, there's no sort of stamping and going to get yourself a cup of tea and coming back 5 minutes later. You've got to be nice and quick, but if you are quick with that embossing powder, absolutely, you can heat emboss with them.
Awesome, brilliant. Thank you for that, Lily. Stephanie Theodos is saying, Lily, is there anything that you can't do with Duet ink pads?
That is a very, very good question, and I'm racking my brains right now and I'm trying to have a think. Do you know what? Pretty much no. I tell you what I probably wouldn't do with them. I wouldn't use them onto a black cardstock. You're not going to get a great coverage onto a black cardstock. Your opaque pigments are going to be better onto your dark colours of cardstock. So for your duets, I'd say I'd probably go for your lighter colours of cardstock, particularly your white cardstock. But in terms of what you can't do, I wouldn't stamp and colour with your alcohol pens over the top of them. I wouldn't be doing that. But apart from that, do pretty much all sorts with them. Something you couldn't do either is stamping onto acetate, because they won't dry onto acetate. But all your cardstocks, you are good to go.
Brilliant, excellent. We've got one more for now. Sensational Sky. What I'll do is I will ask your question just shortly, because it's like a really nice question that you're asking, a generic kind of question. Artistic Expressions is saying, Lily, can you layer the Duet inks and blend a couple of colours like yellow and blue to create a purple? So can you blend them?
But do you mean like blending on your cardstock or mixing it in a palette?
I think both, really.
So you could definitely do an ombre. So you can be, if you're inking like we've just inked onto our cardstock using our blending tools, you can do your ombre so you can ink from one colour into the next, absolutely. If you're painting with them, then what you're going to do is you'll take your ink pad, you'll just smoosh it out onto your glass mat. And of course you can, if you're using multiple colours, you can mix those two together and paint with them in that way. So yes, you certainly can.
Awesome. Alison Jarrett on Facebook is saying, Lily, is there much difference between the Duet ink pads and the Colour Bloom ink pads?
So that's a great question, actually. So Colour Bloom are almost like a subcategory of Duet, if you like. So the sort of formulation that Colour Bloom are, they are Duet ink pads. So in terms of all the techniques we've just discussed, you can do that with a Colour Bloom. The difference with a Colour Bloom is a standard Duet ink pad like the ones that I've just been using here is one colour. Yes, you can blend it out and get sort of the shades of that colour. Yes, you can do your faux bleaching or oxidising technique to get that so sort of water droplets, but this is a purple ink pad. You know, this is a red ink pad. Whereas when it comes to your Colour Bloom ink pads, what happens when you add water is they split into multiple different colours. Your Duet ink pads, your regular ones don't do that. Your Colour Bloom, like the name suggests, the colour sort of blooms. So as you add that water, the colour kind of explodes and moves out into different colours that aren't necessarily shades of a tone. They are all different colour families, if that makes sense.
Awesome, thank you for that one. Stephen's asking, can those ink pads, Lily, be refilled?
Refill. Unfortunately, at the moment, we don't have any refills in our range here at Crafters Companion. I don't know if that's something we're looking at in the future, but unfortunately, they are sort of a consumable, as we call them. However, I have to say I've had mine for couple of years, however long we've been doing them, and even with lots and lots of use, I find they last a long time. If you are finding that they're coming towards the end of their life, what we do say is to then store them upside down, so you're sort of draining all that pigment to the bottom of the ink pad, but they should last you a very, very long time, as long as you store them out of direct heat or direct sunlight. So for example, don't have them stored next to a radiator or on a sunny windowsill. You should be fine for many years to come.
Excellent. EVB, Nanny Pants on YouTube is saying, Lily, which pencils can I use to enhance the colour on a Duet stamped ink pad?
That's a great question. So it depends in the way that you want them to interact. So if you want to have sort of a blended technique, you could use your aqua blend pencils and then start to blend out both your Duet ink pads and your aqua blend pencils. What you have to remember with your Duet ink pads is they're a water soluble ink pad. So if you stamp and then start to blend out the colour with a water brush or a clear sparkle pen, it will move the line of that stamped image. Can give you a great technique, but just something you need to bear in mind if you are stamping with them. But you can stamp if you want to use your colour blend pencils, which are the sort of the wax based ones that you don't add water to, then by all means you can stamp in your Duets and you can add your colour blends over the top.
Brilliant, that's great. I think we're kind of looking at the last one for now anyway, Lily, and this is from Rhonda Crowley Creations, is saying, because the Duets are considered a chalk type ink, do you need to seal them?
Oh, that's a great question, Rhonda, actually. No. So they're not as chalk in the sense of like if you were to touch chalk, you'd feel it on your fingers. That's sort of like not very nice sensation. Whereas with your Duet ink pads, it gives you that lovely look of chalk, but it doesn't feel gritty or like the colour's going to come off. Once you've, I mean, we used our Duet ink pads on this. Once you've got it onto your cardstock, you wouldn't know from moving your finger between your embossed area that's got no ink and your area that's got ink. You wouldn't know any difference in terms of the way it feels between those two sections there. So yeah, no need to seal them. They are good to go. Once you've added them onto your card, once you've blended them, they are good to go. The only thing you have to bear in mind is if you do splat water at this at a later date, I tell you what, we'll do that right now.
Okay.
We've got a water spritzer here, so even though we've inked that, 10-15 minutes ago, if you then come in with your water spritzer, so just getting a little bit of that water spritz onto that background there, and if you do leave that longer to sort of get that effect going, it will have more of a noticeable effect. I'll just take the lid off and get a few bigger dots onto there, but
this
it will
is how
start.
I love using them. I
love these ink pads, Craig. They are fabulous for all those techniques. You can just go in, give that a few minutes. If I was at home, I'd probably give that a little bit longer. But what we'll do, just so we can show you guys at home the sort of technique, we'll just dab that off with water, and you can see you're starting to bleach that colour. Cool. A little bit of a different technique in terms of your water actives. They'll give you a slightly different look. Although you're doing exactly the same technique, it'll give you a slightly different look, which is fabulous. So just be careful. Once you have used them, they can still be splattered with water, but no need to seal them at all.
Awesome, that is brilliant. Thank you so much for that one, Lily. That's them all now for, of course, the Craft Clinic. We will again have another one next Saturday. Next Saturday, is it Debbie and yourself next Saturday?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're demoing, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you know yet what the Craft Clinic?
I don't, and do you know what? That's a great thing to say, Craig. So if anybody's got any ideas for me, if the guys at home think, oh, I'd love to see a Craft Clinic on goodness knows what, let me know. And if it's a good idea that I like, we'll do it.
Good, awesome. And do you know what? It would be epic as well, because you're going to have Debbie Robinson on the presenting side and then Lily on that side. So you're going to have so many hints and tips, so definitely get that one in. So yeah, let Lily and the team know if you've got any ideas for next week. If not, come next Saturday when you know what the Craft Clinic is. Get your questions in and then they'll answer them. Rightio, let's go in. We've got our first winner from that first show, and that is Misty Johnston on YouTube.
Congrats!
Congratulations. What I need you to do is just email ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Just pop your name and just say that you were one of the winners within, of course, the Make It Saturday, and then, of course, we will then pop a voucher. Sorry, I had a really itchy, I was trying to hang off, but I had to scrape my shoulder, but caught my mic there. Yeah, so just email your name. Just say, of course, that you were a winner within the voucher. And I'm not sure, actually, Misty, if you're UK or US or Europe, but we'll send the voucher across to you anyway. We're going to have a little quick break here. We've still got the opportunity of one lucky winner to win another voucher. Get commenting any additional questions that you've got for anything on the show. Send them across now to Jan. And if you're just saying hello, let us know what you're up to. And then towards the end of this hour, we will say the name of the additional lucky winner to win that voucher. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to come back in a moment before we have a look at the Marco Polo folders. Not actually called them, but that's how I remember them. And then, of course, we'll do a little demonstration too. So we'll be back in a minute.
tea first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, be creative meetings. I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different.
Get in early on the morning to work, set up all my cameras, all my TV monitors, make sure the lights are on. After the last show, we'll need to make sure everything's switched off, ready for the next day. Then I get to go home, just watch some TV, watch some movies or something when I'm making some food, and then go to sleep.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed before I get up in the morning.
Pokey tools and paper pads, gilding, wax and stamping mats, scissors, glitter, builder blocks, faux snow fabric, rocker blocks, briars, misters, quilting clips, and die brush tools, precision snips, finger daubers, acetates, stencils, glue guns and templates, Gemini Pro, Julia and the OG, Gemini Go, Mini and the MIDI, tri-blend brush pens, aqua pens and aqua blends, illustrators, classics and tri-blends and color blends and glitter pens and sparkle pens, outliner pens. Fine tip glue applicators, envelopers, creators, stamping platforms, boxer boards, a big score and scoreboard, Nina card and craft card, glitter card, matte black card, graphics, wadding and adhesive sheets, glass mats, guillotines and pen trays, ball tool, dice and zinc trays, miter tools and binding tools and toe bags, USBs, bone folders and punches, low-tack tape and brushes, stamens, mountboard, flower forming foam, outline markers, DVDs, spelled quick Triton pads and CDs, gilding flakes and washi tape, tacky glue, red liner tape, craft and press sparkle pots, Centura pan and sticky dots, pigment ink pads, chunky glue, body bags, all-purpose glue, embossing folders, blending tools, storage folders, much more too. Water reactive ink pads, body bags, craft magnets, year of craft and glue, stick and spray and stick away, dotty tape and split pens, acrylic paint pens, tape pens, watercolor card, rotary cutters, magazines and stamping card, ultimate Pro and the rotating design board, ultimate first compendium, Sarah signature collections, and don't forget discovery kits. Oh, and there's foam pads, think that's it. One final thing, foam on a roll, foam on a roll.
What I love most about Crafters TV is the community.
Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world.
It also connects you with people from all over the world.
You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family.
I feel like I'm crafting along with my friends.
I met some of my best friends for life from Crafters TV, so thank you very much.
When you're having a tough time, you can switch on Crafters TV and you can go on the live chat, and you know people will be there for you as well.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas, and get inspiration from each other.
So what's not to love about Crafters TV? So go make a coffee and pull up a chair. Let's all get crafting. I'll see you all there.
I've done it. Done it. Great idea, Jamie. Put them the other way round. Done it. They're washing, they're all clean, just to let you know that. I've not just come into work with my actual PJs on. Well, they are my actual PJs, but I didn't rock out of bed with them like this, freshly washed. Yes, thank you so much for all that love when it comes to Lilly and, of course, that craft clinic there, all about the Duet ink pads. A lot of you saying sometimes you've been a little bit scared of them, a little bit daunted, or you've just never really kind of known where and how to use them. So a lot of people taking your advice, Lilly, on that one. You. Which, you know what you could do with them is you could use them when it comes to the next one that we're about to look at.
Seamless,
and these ones,
that, absolutely seamless. You can tell you're the professional.
Sorry?
You can tell you're the professional.
I try. Yeah, I'm trying to get, you know, I've got full week here. Do you know what? I'm going to be so good come Thursday.
You are. You're going to be the new presentation lead. Hopefully Ben's not watching as well, I'm going to say.
Can you imagine that?
Oh, do you?
Do you know something? I'm here on the 3rd, am I? I'm here on the 3rd.
Yes, you are, Tuesday, yeah.
Wonder if we could get a new, when Ben comes, the week he's back, I wonder if we could get a new name strap.
Oh, yeah.
And just put Craig Craig, presentation lead and expert.
Yeah.
That would really wind Ben up, wouldn't it?
Would, yeah.
Shall we do that?
We'll do that.
Let's do that. Let us know in the comments. Do you want that? Is that a little bit unfair?
Yeah, we do want that.
Actually, you guys, you're like us. You're a bit sadistic. You'd love that, wouldn't you? Let's do it. Let's do it. Right here. I think more people love us than Ben. I'm just joking. I was referring to, of course, what Jamie was just saying. You guys know us well, a great big team and love each other, and we wind each other up.
We do.
Right, let's have a look at these embossing folders. These are our Marco Aperture embossing folders here. Something that we've never done before, and that is, of course, creating that cut and emboss, but with a 3D embossing folder, which you cannot put a die in a 3D embossing folder. You can do it in a 2D, but you can't do it in a 3D because of the multiple layers. So what we've done is then we've figured it out for you in the form of a template and a die. So you are going to be getting your roses. You're then going to be getting your gorgeous gerberas. You're then also going to be getting your ethereal one that I can never say.
Oh, I can't say it either. I always get laughed at. Echinacea.
It's not.
Cornflower.
Even if I try and do it.
It's a cornflower in the US, isn't it? You can say that, cornflower.
Yes, yeah. Or it could be a daisy if you want.
Well, we're going to do that in the next demo, so stay tuned.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, no, with another one.
Oh, no, we're not. Okay. Got excited there, Lily.
It was the gerbera we're going to do.
You're also going to get your alluring anemones. Did I say that one right? Yeah. So you've got all 4 of these ones so far. So these are what just launched this week. You've got the folder, you've got the template and the die, which I'm sure Lily will show you how they work together. So that's the 4 sets that you've got, which came within the lodge. But you'll notice on the screen, it does say Showstopper. So when it comes to the Showstopper, what you're going to be getting is this as well. Now, everything I'm showing you, £52 or $60 platinum. You're going to have your US tariff, of course, for you guys stateside, but you're getting everything as well. So not just the brand new launch from this week. You're going to then be getting that beautiful Create a Card die, that Cupid Create a Card die. You've got something here when it comes from the Vegas collection, which may actually turn out, Lily, that I'll end up going to Vegas next year and not New Orleans. Wow. Yeah, WWE pulled from New Orleans next year, and they're going back to Vegas for Mania. Wow. So it looks like I'll be going to Las Vegas next year. You've then got, I know it's a hard life, isn't it? What a shame. Not going to New Orleans, but he's going to Vegas. It's only because I've pretty much paid it all, so may as well.
May as well in for a penny and for a pound.
Well, that's it, exactly. It certainly wasn't a pound, that's for sure. It cost me a lot more than that. But then you're going to get from your majestic unicorn as well. You're going to then be getting the dies. You're going to then be getting the stamps as well from, of course, the rainbow. Just a few, Johnny. Then you're also then going to be getting your 4x6 3D embossing folder as well. That one there that you've got within that 3D form, beautiful blossoms. So you're going to be getting that. You're going to then be getting that. You're then also going to be getting that folder with, of course, kind of like the deck of cards sort of look. You're going to then be getting your Create a Card with Cupid, and that does, of course, consist of the brand new launch within this week here. That one there is what's coming to you for £65 or $75. Platinum price, of course, is £52 or $60. US, whether you're doing the today's price or the platinum price, of course, you'll have your US tariffs on top of that. All the info is across on the website, but if you've not seen them being used this week, we're away to see them right now with Lily.
We most certainly are. Now, these are ingenious because instead of doing these as a cut and emboss folder, what we've done is we've taken that die out of the folder. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to have those options. So if we were to do this as a cut and emboss folder and that die was built into that folder, the only option you would have is to have that design both embossed and die cut. Whereas by taking the die out of the folder, you've got the option, do you want the design just embossed or do you want the design both embossed and die cut? You've got the option of those 2 different alternatives by having the die separate from that folder. And what we've done to allow you to actually pop this into position a lot easier, what we've done is we've included a stencil. Now the stencil is all about your positioning. So I'll show you exactly how you do this sort of technique. So we start off with a die and stencil combination, and I've cut my cardstock down so it's ever so slightly smaller than the folder itself. I always cut it so it's a little bit smaller than that design, so it's going to give you that lovely edge-to-edge design when you emboss it, which is about 5 inches square, just over 5 inches square with this one. Then all we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we've got our die the right way round. So you can see somebody's taped our die and our stencil together here. You don't have to do that. You can position your stencil first and then slide your die underneath, but this is probably the easiest way to do it. And just to position it from the reverse, so we're going to line up our cardstock so it's in the centre of that stencil there. Then we'll just turn that over. I'll pop it on my plates ready, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of our low tack tape into the centre. So this centre section here where we can see the white cardstock in the middle is actually going to be our waste. That's going to be the aperture that drops out of our card. So if we do add a little bit of our tape to there and it ends up ripping as it goes through that die cutting machine due to the pressure, we don't need to worry at all. It's just going to be that part that's actually waste. So taping that to the centre there, and then all we'll do is we'll run that through our die cutting machine, and with it being a thin metal die, we'll go in with our 2 cutting plates, our frosted shim, our magnetic shim, and that should be good to go to run through that die cutting machine. And that's going to give you the aperture first. So what we do is we add the aperture first with the die cut and then we emboss.
Okay.
If we were to emboss first and then die cut, what would happen is because we're adding that die cut, that emboss design back through the die cutting machine as we die cut, it will end up flattening that emboss. So it's important that we actually have the die cut done first before that we then go in and emboss. So you can see there we've got that lovely die cut detail there. So we just remove the waste from our die, and at this point we'll bring in our embossing folder. Now it's very easy to line this up. If the flowers aren't looking quite right, then it's got to be the other way around. So you can see here those 2 flowers are going to line up nicely. And I always find it a little bit easier to have the folder from the reverse side like we've got there. So I'm just lining this up all around the edge to make sure that we've got that nice even border and it's nicely positioned into there. Once I'm happy with that positioning, you can always add a little bit of your dotted tape pen on the reverse of your cardstock, but what we're going to do is we're just going to add that through our die cutting machine. Now back to what we were saying earlier about the 3 and the 2 in terms of the plates. This time it's a 3D folder, so what we'll do is we'll go in with our cutting plate on the base, then we'll add in our frosted shim and our magnetic shim. Making sure that our magnetic shim is not next to the rollers, so that will go in first, and then we'll add our frosted shim, so that's the one that's going to be contacting the rollers as it goes through. We don't want to do Debbie Fisher and break another Gemini, so we'll go in.
What?
Have you missed this?
What?
Debbie Fisher got a magnetic shim caught in the rollers.
No, I did see a picture on her Instagram. Yeah.
So it had to go to Liam in the office to fix. I think it's fixed now. But yes, Debbie Fisher, how long has she been doing this job for? And yeah, went through there, the magnetic shim, and it got all sort of crimpled up and broke the machine. So yeah.
I didn't know Liam was our fix-it man now as well.
Well, clearly, yeah. Yeah, fixes it. He was out with screwdriver and all sorts. Yeah, so
good to know.
If you break any Gemini machines, you know who to call. There we go. So we'll start, obviously we're not going to colour the full design, we'll be here for a good few hours. I have to say these are the sort of designs you're going to spend a little bit of time just sort of getting engrossed in your colouring and just enjoy colouring these. I have to say when I was crafting with these the other weekend, I was sat in the garden in the beautiful sunshine. No chance of that this weekend. Rain all weekend, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
No sun, no sun at all.
To be fair, I've got loads of housework to do tomorrow. I keep putting it off, but...
I always do it on a Sunday, and it's my Sunday chores. Never fun. Can't say I'm a fan of cleaning.
Although I'm a sado though, I bought new cleaning spray.
Oh yeah.
From another shopping channel.
Oh, I wonder which one that was.
No, it wasn't actually QVC.
Yes, I do know which one it was.
No, it's the one on ITV just now. The shop on TV.
Your story.
Yeah, you guys know that watch quite often. I'm back into a no sleeping phase.
Oh no.
I'm not sleeping again just now. So I do have a look when it comes to, of course, shop on TV. So I've got that at home, so I'm going to then be trying that.
Nice. I think it always helps when you get lovely smelling products. It does help with the cleaning.
Can we just go into shop? And Lilly, can you just do what you just done a minute ago?
No, I was celebrating a little bit.
No, what did you do?
Sheffield United have scored.
What did you do?
It was a little bit more enthusiastic.
That's why your hands lifted up.
Yeah, if you're wondering, where did Lily's hands go? That's where they went, yes. Fingers crossed, we keep it up. They're telling me here it's a great goal. Not that I can see it. Not that I can see it. Oh dear. The annoying thing is, I'll be walking home when it's the second half, so not ideal at all, is it? I'm hoping I don't bump into any Sunderland fans on the way home.
I can give you a lift if you want.
Do you know what? I've got to go to Tesco.
Oh, do you?
Shopping, yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm never going to lift this sausage 40 bag down now from Johnny.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah. Oh dear.
Oh, right. Back to the colouring. Just blending that colour out. The pen that I'm using is our blue-grey blend, and then we'll just go in with our gold-yellow blend for the centre. Desperately trying to keep it back on topic here, and we're struggling. We're struggling, there we go. Working from light to dark, centre of our... I know these are meant to be a ger, but we're going to do them as a daisy. So I did want to bring in the delightful daisy paper pad, so we'll use that alongside this. So all we go ahead and do is we repeat that same sort of technique all over that image there, and that will give you something looking a little bit like that. How cool does that look? So the pens that we've used here is we've used that gold yellow blend in the centres, using all of our tri-blend brush pens for these. We've used our blue-grey blend for all the petals, and then for the leaves, one of my favourite combinations to get that lovely sort of richness, I go in first of all with the light green blend, and then I add the alpine green blend in the centres there to give you that really nice contrast. So that's our topper. What we'll do is we'll grab a piece of our acetate here, so that's just going to go onto the reverse of our panel. So we'll take our tape pen, and we'll just add some of our tape all around the edge of this aperture here. So we can add in our acetate to the back of this. Now you don't have to add your acetate in, I'm just adding the acetate because we will be creating a shaker for this one. So we'll take our acetate that's cut ever so slightly smaller than the topper itself, and then just give that a good old burnish just so it's nicely adhered to the back of there. And then we'll grab our double-sided foam tape here, and that's just going to go
Lily, Stephen is asking, can those 3D folders go through the MIDI?
MIDI?
Yeah.
Size-wise, yes, I do believe. Yeah, they will do. I have to say, I tend to use, when it comes to embossing folders, I tend to go for my G2.
I'm the same, yeah.
I do find you just get the best, crispiest emboss, but if you've only got a MIDI size-wise, yes, they will work.
If you do it, I actually done it yesterday with a 2D folder. What I actually do is put some shims of cardstock in as well.
Oh, okay.
Just to then just accent that emboss if I'm using the MIDI or the Mini.
It's a good idea, that. I hadn't thought of doing that.
But I know what you mean. You do. I will be honest. I do think you get a much better emboss if you use your electric Gemini.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, but if I want a really deep emboss with the MIDI, I'll just put shims of cardstock in.
Yeah, definitely. I have to say, when I'm creating the boards, because the machine I have on my desk is a MIDI, and I always come through to the studio to use the G2 for embossing, because I do just think it gives you that sort of unrivaled pressure when it comes to your electronic machines. But when there's a will, there's a way. Add in your shims,
exactly.
And it will help you out. So what we'll do, where we've got our aperture, that sort of space in the centre, we're going to go in with some of our sequins. This time we're using the ones from the Honeysuckle collection. Card I've used, that lovely orange card, is also from the Honeysuckle, so it should all be matching together quite nicely. So they're just going to go into the centre of there, just like so. And then we've got a piece of that lovely pattern paper from the Daisies. We're using the reverse for the back of our aperture. So we'll just line that onto the back of there and give that a nice old burnish, and that's our topper ready to go. And then it's just a case of layering up our card base. So we've got a card base we've cut down to 7 inch by 7 inch in size, and we've got some of our mats and layers that are going to go onto our card base. So we'll go around with our tape pen and we'll just stick those onto our card. So just making sure that's the right way around. There we go. A side fold card.
See your prep or like what you've prepped for this demo?
Yeah.
Was it sitting over on the side last night?
It was, because it was there in case you wanted to use it.
So, it's funny you saying that. I did see it and I thought, oh, is that a spare prep pat? I might just take that home in case I need it for future shows.
Oh.
And then I thought, no, I better not. Just as well I didn't, because you're using it. Can you imagine if I'd taken it home?
Well, you could have had it earlier in the week. If I would have known for last night, it would have been fine. But if you would have taken it last night and I came in this morning, I wouldn't, believe you me, I wouldn't have been best pleased.
No, like, I didn't need it yesterday.
Oh.
It's just when I seen it sitting at the side,
nice.
I just thought,
I'll have a bit of that, yeah, that'll do me.
That'll save me a bit of time if I have them on future shows. Just as well I didn't take it.
To be fair, I'd left it on there from Monday. I thought if Craig wants to use it on on Friday, and then I had the thought, oh, I could use it on Saturday, so I thought I won't say anything, I'll just leave it there. So if you want to take it, you
that was a close one. I just about took it.
You should have done, you know. Should have done. Never mind.
Well, no, you wouldn't have had it for today then.
We could have crafted something on the hoof.
That's
Never
true.
mind. There you go. There is your finished
That is
card.
brilliant.
How cute is that? Actually, I do love a shaker, and these work perfectly for your shakers. So just adding your sequins inside, could be your glitters, could be your little die-cut pieces, and using your Spectrum Noir tri-blends as well to colour. Love these folders, so much you can do with them, and they are so much fun to colour as well.
Awesome, that is so cool, so smart. And of course you can recreate exactly what Lily was doing there, and you can grab hold of that full collection. £52 platinum, $60. You guys stateside, of course, going to have the US tariffs as well. But it's all on the website, .co.uk.com or .eu. Right, we have got a lovely selection of previews that we've got coming up this week. Monday to Thursday, you've got myself and Debbie Robinson. I'm on this side, Debbie's on that side. You are going to have Lily when it comes to a few of the previews next week. But what we're going to be looking at is Monday's Weekly Wonder Showstopper. We did, of course, have a little nod to maybe some other merch. This is going to be within the Showstopper, a brand new Crafter's Companion tote bag, the Craft Tote. How cool is that? Crafter's Companion. Back, of course, you'll notice from our apron, back to our OG logo that we all know and love. So you've got your Craft Tote. That's going to be within the Showstopper with the paper pad and multimedia tag dies. So you are also going to get some Centura apparel, so we'll go over all of that when it comes to Monday's show, of course. But the new items, of course, within that Showstopper is going to be your tote bag. You're also going to then be getting these multi-craft dies. So multi-craft dies, essentially multimedia dies. Thicker dies, so these are going to go through your fabrics, these are going to go through your balsa wood, these are going to go through your mount board as well. So you're going to be getting that full set of the tag dies as well. 6 of them in total when it comes to different sizes. Although these are multi-craft dies, you can still use them for things such as your lighter paper cardstock as well. So that is giving you your tag dies, thicker tag dies, multi-craft dies. You are, of course, going to be getting that tote bag. But then what you're going to be getting, which is a kind of what I've alluded to a few times, is our brand new Stardust Celebration 12x12 paper pad. All about the pyro and the fireworks here. You're going to then be getting 12 designs within these ones here, and you're going to get 3 of each. Double-sided, as I referred to, but you're going to get full-on edge-to-edge when it comes to the fireworks. All of these are on an uncoated card, still following along with what we usually do, and that is giving you that front side, which is that full-on detail within the firework, but on the opposite side, still following through a little bit more subtler. Still got the explosions of the pyro and the fireworks there, but you've got them within that 12x12 designs. Think of your cards with the mats and layers, but then think of your boxes. Think of your template libraries, of course. Think of your layout collections. These are such a fab pattern to have within the back of the cards. Sometimes you don't know, do I want generic? Do I want florals? Do I want bright? Do I want pastel? What do I want? Well, this is going to be absolutely perfect when it comes to the 12x12, double-sided. You've got these 12 designs, 3 of each, 180 GSM. I mean, with these ones, giving you your tag dies, giving you those 12x12 papers within, of course, the fireworks, and then getting that tote bag. You are going to get your Centura apparel. That full Showstopper will be available on Monday when it comes to, of course, myself and Debbie. Lily, are you on a preview with us on Monday?
I'm not.
No, you're not. So, first opportunity to get hold of it on Monday when it comes to the live show is going to then be 12 o'clock in the UK, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Pacific Time. So, that is the first one that we're going to be looking at, of course, when it comes to the launches on Monday, when it comes to Monday with myself and Debbie. So that's one of them. Then what we've also got is we're going to flip-flop. Not only have I got some, but Lily's got one, which she's looking at right now.
Absolutely. So we've got a double header, so to speak, on Thursday. Thursday is going to be an absolute cracking day, and not just because I'm on the preview, although I have to say I've got some pretty cool demos coming up on Thursday. I'm going to show you the first of the two-parters that's coming up on Thursday, and this is super, super cool. So this is our little adventure collection. I'm going to show you the boards for this fantastic collection because this is such a fun collection for all those little boys that you might have in your lives. Could even be teenagers, toddlers as well. It's such a fun collection to craft with. So first of all, we've got our digger fun. Now this is a really, really clever set of dies because first of all, when you look at that top image there, you're probably going to be thinking it's going to be a tractor, but if you bring in those two elements there, it can actually turn it into a digger. So you've got the option of creating a digger that can look something a little bit like that. That is super, super cool. I'm just having a little route through to see if I can find a digger sample. I'm not sure if we've got one in here, but all you need to do with this one is just take off the arm. So just imagine you remove that, remove the little part at the front, and you've got a tractor.
Cool.
So very, very easy to flip between the two different things, which is a super cool die set. So that's your first die set within the collection. Next of all, we are going to show you our Space Traveller. Now I'll give you a little sneak peek. I may very well have filmed a YouTube tutorial using this die set, so stay tuned for that on Thursday as well. So that's your fantastic rocket. You've got all the different elements to create the rocket, even down to all the little details. You've got all those lovely elements. And if I show you this card here, on the inside, we've got our little rocket there. We'll come to the little monsters in just a few moments' time. That funky little rocket in the background, that is what you're going to be creating with this fantastic set of dies. Even the shooting stars, the little twinkling stars included. So all the detail within that one die set. Then we move on to our Milo the Monster, which is super, super cool because you've got all the different elements separately, even your little balloon and your little football down there, very relevant to today, that particular die. But it allows you to create all these different characters. So if I bring in this card here, you can change the sort of stance of them because all the arms and the legs are separate. They can be doing different poses. You've got your eyes separate. There's nothing stopping you from bringing in your googly eyes from your stash as well. But so, so super cool to have all those fun little monsters in die form. Then we move on to one of our stamps and dies. Love this one, Eric the Dinosaur. Wow. And I'd also love to know who's named him Eric. It's a fabulous name for a dinosaur, but that's our little Eric the Dinosaur stamp with a matching die as well. And then finally we have our sentiment stamps called Super Cool Sentiments. Got all the different sentiments there that match perfectly with all your stamp and die sets. And then finally, the crowning glory, and it's a fabulous paper pad, I have to say, and it's a pearlised paper pad. 24 sheets on this one, single-sided. You've got all those gorgeous designs that are going to work perfectly alongside all the artwork. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. If you tune into this morning's craft along, you'll remember that was a piece of scrappy paper, the reverse I was writing on. So there it is. A little sneak peek for you there. This one is my favourite. How cool is that? With all your tyre tracks, looks super, super funky. You've got everything from your confetti, your stripes, your polka dots, all those really, and I don't want to use the word generic, but the sort of universal patterns that we use day in, day out in our crafting. And they're going to work with lots you've got in your crafty stash. So that is part one of Thursday's double header with our fantastic little adventurer.
Part one, she said.
Part one. Stay tuned.
Right, do you want to have a look at what I'm away to show you? I have another preview of something that you're going to be able to use with every single collection and product from Crafter's Companion. And this is going to be on Tuesday. This is Life's Moments. This is our life moment of 77 dies. This is giving you beautiful thinking, sending. I'm not going to read them all in that order, but you've got congrats, missing, your, and, us, proud, surprise, thank, day, grateful, my, with, both, anniversary, note, someone. You've got 1 to 0 and you've got your ordinals as well. That means what you're going to be able to do is create your own sentiment on the top of your card there. So whether, of course, it's weddings and anniversaries or to you both or, you know, just because or sending lots of hugs, that sort of thing is what you're going to be able to do when it comes to the life moments. So once again, in total, you're going to be getting your 77 dies. What is great, every single one is going to go through your Gemini Mini. I love saying that because then it means I can say every single one will go through every single die cutting machine in the world, because the Mini is one of the smallest ones. Always great. I don't know why I like saying that, but it's just really nice to know that it doesn't matter what die cut machine you've got, these will go through them, of course, but to have the 77 of them, to then start to team them together, to create your sentiment, to create your verse, maybe just a one-off little sentiment, that's up to you. Nice to have that in the middle numbers. Now what I mean by that is we've done our Gemini mini numbers, we've done some of our larger numbers. This is in that mediocre, which is great to have those numbers with the ordinals as well. Giving you all 77 of them. Then what you're going to be able to do is maybe just because. Maybe you simply want to do just because. Maybe you want to then say, well done. Maybe you want to then work them and team them together where you've got, within that one there, proud, special, graduate. You've then also got that one that let's go that way. That's the way it's intended to go. Proud, special, fabulous it is. Wonderful, beautiful, strong, grateful. And then you've got with love as well down at the bottom. Actually, it says you are, isn't it? So that is a great way to use, of course, those patchwork dies. Then what you can do is your backdrops with your lots of love. How cool is that one there? The font is absolutely beautiful. It's readable. It's a really lovely, sophisticated, but readable font when you've got there. Look at that there, the cheers, celebrate for a special friend, happy birthday with lots of love. That is that full focal of the card. 17th birthday, could be 18th, could be 31st, could be 99, whatever you want. Another one creating them for the background there. I love the delicacy of these ones here. You're going to be able to decorate them however you want, but if you want to just have that real kind of decadent feel to them, that elegant feel to them, make them as large as you want, or then going in with all of your all of your past lace dies. It's a mouthful for me. And then going in and colour theming them as well. But seeing how even the size of them, which is a beautiful size, and the absolute perfect font, they're not being lost. They're standing strong in the middle of the card when it comes to your papers. You're coming in with your pattern paper, whether it's your block card, use them for your memory albums, your journals. Look at that one, Lily's done that one there. You can see within this one here, bringing in, of course, your ladies' collection. Just brilliant, usable, and I can tell you right now, these are the sets that are going to be on my craft desk all the time, and you just dip to them. I'm not going to then be popping them and filing them away within the boxes at home. I'm going to then be using these ones day in and day out. So therefore, once they come and they go, if you see us using them time and time again, might not be able to get a hold of them because they'll have sold out. So if you see us keep using them in the future, and you want to be able to use them, make sure you grab them on Tuesday, because it's a really, really great set when it comes to be able to personalise when it comes to maybe your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister from your other sets, to bring in, of course, these life moments. These are going to work with what Lily showed you a moment ago, but they're also then going to work with what Lily's away to show you right now.
Absolutely. So this is part 2 of our double header that's coming up on Thursday. Now, I'm going to have to apologise first of all because it's been such a hectic week. I've not quite finished the boards. I've finished the first set that's gone down to Hobby Maker. They're not finished just yet, so I'm going to have to show you the packaging today. Don't worry, come Thursday next week, they will definitely have the proper boards so we can show you the product a little bit better. But I will show you the packaging to give you a nice flavour of all the gorgeous designs that you're getting as part of this collection. So first of all, we've got Daisy the Dragon. Now, anybody that knows that I'm a lover of Shrek, that is screaming the dragon in Shrek to me. It looks just like the dragon in Shrek. So that is included in both stamp and die form. Another stamp and die set here with your gorgeous little ballerina fairy is included, and these are all clear sets that you're seeing when it comes to your stamps here. So lovely clear stamps allowing you to stamp exactly where you like across the page. You've got your Let's Go Shopping, which is another stamp and die set there. You're getting your little Betty the Car, which is super, super cute die set here. All those dies are individual, allowing you to build up that cute little car that you can see there. You're also going to get in die format your adorable little fairy tale castle here. I mean, how cute is that? Everything is in individual dies there, so you can build up that gorgeous scene. You're also going to get, which is going to be a perfect companion to the other little monsters that you had in the little adventure collection, is the Missy the Monster. These are all separate dies, so you can build up those characters however you see fit. You're also going to get your sentiment stamps, once again, all pertinent to the artwork that you see in the dies and stamps. So it's going to all match together perfectly. And then finally, I will show you this fabulous paper pad. Once again, it is a pearlised print in this one, 24 single-sided sheets here that you're getting as part of this paper pad. A gorgeous, really soft, girly, very feminine designs as part of this one. Everything from your florals to your polka dots, your stripes, that lovely sort of almost like a sunburst design you've got on that one, your plaids. your daisies. Rainbows, you could be using that alongside your tiny treasures as well. That's going to work beautifully, little love hearts. All these gorgeous designs, all pearlised, so you've got that gorgeous coating to each and every single one of those sheets. So you're getting 24 sheets as part of your paper pad, and the sort of gorgeous thing you can be creating with this amazing collection. You can be doing your pretty little girly cards here, so bringing in your glitter glues for this one, some of your stencils in the background as well. You can be using that adorable little dragon onto your cards as well, so cutting your card shapes down into almost like pennant shapes, looks adorable. You've got your little fairy tale castle there. How cute is that? Building up your background using that cloud die that's also included as part of the die set there. Super, super adorable with that one. You've got your gorgeous little car. I mean, how cute is that? Absolutely adorable. Betty the car, she's known as. You've got all the different elements there. So if you want to add the face onto it, you can, but you don't necessarily have to add the face on. And all those sentiment stamps and the papers are included as well. And then finally, one final little showstopper to show you when it comes to this amazing collection. I mean, look at this. Absolutely incredible. When it comes to your pop-up boxes, that looks absolutely amazing. Using all your dies, your stamps to layer that together, it is a showstopper and a half. And that's the sort of thing you can be creating with part 2 of our double-headed launches that are coming your way on Thursday.
Okay.
Ooh.
Rightio. So the team are going to be working really, really hard to do everything that they can when it comes to the tariffs, of course, for you guys stateside within all of these launches. What I can tell you is the tags and the paper pad, of course, with the firework, that will be, of course, tariff-free. So that's the one where you're going to then be getting that 12 by 12 paper pad, the multi-craft tag dies. You're going to then be getting that, of course, tote bag, and then your Centura apparel. That will be definitely tariff-free. So that's going to be on Monday, and then the team are going to work really, really hard to do whatever it is that they can for the rest of the launches for the rest of the week, including the final one that I'm going to show. Friday, pick of the week. Now, what am I waiting to show here? You're not on your own, Lily.
I'm not, but do you know what I thought? There was a few weeks where we thought I would be alone for the whole day on Friday. Thankfully, I'm not.
You're not on your own?
I'm not.
Who's coming back?
Someone who we've not seen in ages. I've not seen her for about 5 or 6 months, and I cannot wait to see her again. Becky Swan is back in the building next Friday. Woo!
Fab. So this one that I'm going to be showing you is the pick of the week. It's launching on Friday with Lily and Becky Swan. Becky's going to be on this side. These are our scene dies that you can see here. So these ones here, we're going to show you launching on Friday. So this is giving you the under the sea. This is then going to be giving you, of course, your, well, this is like your magical, with those gates, those raw iron gates that you've got. These are all individual dies for you to create your scene. So you've then got your floral, you've then got the carnival. That would work really well with the vintage carnival, wouldn't it? But then what you've got is your summer blessings, and then what you're also going to get is the lighthouse. So again, every single one, I'm just going to show you just within this set here. These are all individual so that you build your own scene. Whether, of course, it's your cardstock, or whether, of course, it's your block cardstock, but it's a really great way to do exactly that, where you can, of course, create the projects such as these. What, of course, about their little shakers within a box here. Lily and Becky will show you all the different samples, all the different ways with Lily's demos come Friday with the pick of the week. But you've got your carnival, so you're making the scene. You can make it as small as you want, elaborate as you want. You can mix and match if you want to. How beautiful is that one there? Just for a lovely wedding card. Bring in the expression dies that are going to be launching on Tuesday. That would be fab. What about use them for your pop-up boxes? What we're then going to then be bringing in these ones here. And is it these ones, Johnny?
Life moments.
So, life moments that we showed you a moment ago, the sentiments, they will be tariff-free. So the tag dies, the paper pad, with, of course, the tote bag on Monday, that's going to be tariff-free. And then, of course, on Tuesday, the life moment dies that I showed you, the tariff on the Showstopper, that will be free as well. You're not going to have that, because there may be something else going in there that you're definitely going to want when it comes to that Showstopper. So Monday, Tuesday, new launches, these will be be tariff-free for you guys stateside. So all of those are what's going to be coming this week. So remember, Monday to Thursday, it's going to be myself this side, Debbie Robinson across on Lily's side, and then on Friday, it is going to be Lilly, which it is now, and Becky Swan will be on this side before Debbie Robinson and Lilly come back again for next Saturday. Really nice busy week with launches, but also lots and lots of different takes on different demonstrations as well, which is always fab to see. Something that has been phenomenal, we've not even looked at it once, and it's been busy already today. So if you've not already seen or heard about Craftaganza, what we're going to do is we're going to then show you Sarah and Ben before you come back to us, before we start to then, of course, wrap up the show. You're going to see it all with Sarah and Ben right now. The details are there at the side. Sarah and Ben will talk you through what's most important about the Craftaganza when it comes to the 21st and 22nd of June. It's all about doing it from home in the comfort of your own home. In the UK, you are going to get your clear pay as well, which is fab, and for you guys stateside, you're going to be tariff-free as well. It is such a beautiful, fab, educational form that we've got coming over that weekend. But you know what? Let's go back to Ben and Sarah from earlier this week, talking about Craftaganza on Wednesday.
So, Craftaganza, if you have not heard of this before, we have been running Craftaganza for 15 years. The very, very first one was 15 years ago. And the idea was, it is all of the classes so that you can learn everything you need about crafting. Have a little look at this video, okay? Because this can be you. The idea is we bring the crafting to you. So whether you're doing it on your own, whether you're doing it with friends, whether you're doing it with like your sister or your niece or your grandson or whatever it is, we are going to walk you step by step through 10 classes. Now there will be thousands of people from all over the world joining these classes live. So they happen on the 21st and 22nd of June from around noon in UK time, running through till 8-9 o'clock on the evening, both days. So it means we can touch all different time zones. Now, what you are getting, okay, the whole idea is you get everything you need. I'm working on the assumption that you already have a die cutting machine and some basic tools, right? And glue and things like that, right? Everything you need specific to this is that core kit that you just saw. Now, your core kit are your core alcohol pens, your core watercolour pens, you've got your finesse waterproofing pad, your finesse alcohol proofing pad, you've got your Duet ink pads to do the blending, you've got your Harmony water reactive ink pads, you've got a set of 3 of your glitter pastes in there, you've got some things like the ribbon and the sequins that we're going to use in multiple classes. That there is that core kit. Your core kit is worth about £70, $80. That is coming absolutely free, okay? Then on top of that, for every class that we do, you're going to get your own little class kit. So for example, class number 1. Class number 1 is this one here. So to do this, you can see we're going to use our watercolour pens. We're going to use that beautiful blue Duet ink pad to do all of the blending around there. But actually, it's a specific design, a specific cutout. So what we do is we open the box and we bring out class number 1, right? Now, everything you need for class number 1 is either in the core kit or it's in here. Now, to put this value into perspective, right? That die set alone is like a £20 die set.
Absolutely.
Right? The embossing folder is a 3D embossing folder. That's like another £6.99, £7.99 embossing folder, right? You then get the special watercolour card. You'll get the best results when you use the best paper. You've got the watercolour card. You've got the base card that we need. So a lot of people saying, do I need cards and envelopes to get that? No, we send you the base card. We're also going to send you the card for the mats and layers, but everything for class 1 is inside folder number 1. So when we all do class 1, there's even a little stamp in there in the background for you to do. So you see this is stamped with love. Even included the little stamp, and of course your ink pad to stamp that is in your core kit. Now that is the same for every single class. So we're going to start on the Saturday. That is going to be the first class. Then, and Leanne teaches that, by the way.
Okay, this is you then, the next one, isn't it?
Then I'm doing the next one, right? So now we're going to go from colouring one extreme to shape card bases, totally different effect. Now what I love about this is I'm going to teach you how to do this card, but if you wanted to personalise it with your own photograph, I'm going to show you how you could adapt it and make it into an easel card if you wanted. So we're going to learn all the shaped card technique tuition, but then also we're all going to complete the card. So in that ship, so everything you need to do this one, have a little look at this. You've got the actual template, you've got the dies that you need, you've got the stamps that you need, you've got the different shades of grey and the cardstock, everything's being colour matched, we've got everything ready for you, the base card, it's all included. Now, after we've done card number 2, I'm staying up because I do number 3.
Oh, here we go.
Wow, number 3 is epic, right? You know, for those of you that know me, know that I love a little bit of flower forming, right? So what I'm going to do is, to do the flower forming, so many people say, I've never done flower forming before, right? You get the flower forming foam, you get the stamens, you get the papers, you're going to get the dies to do that beautiful lace effect, you're going to get the patterned papers, you're going to get the coloured papers for the matting and layering, and we're all going to sit together, we're all going to master flower forming. Doesn't if you've never done it before, doesn't matter if you've never crafted before, you're still going to learn this technique. I keep talking about my mum and my mother-in-law, brilliant to do this. They wouldn't have the confidence because they're not even newbies, they don't craft. They wouldn't have the confidence to sit down and do this. But if they were sitting with me, all I would do is get this kit out and you would be doing it together. So this is what I love about this is if you've got maybe it's a crafter and a non-crafter working together, and I'm not, Debbie's obviously quite an advanced crafter.
Absolutely,
Victoria is a very beginner, right? But you can sit and do this together. You're going to watch the tutorials, craft along together, but then the crafter can help the non-crafter get going at this. I don't want you to think this is just for people who are advanced. This is just as good for people who've never done it before. If you are a complete beginner, I would definitely recommend you doing it with a crafter. And also you need like the die cutting machine and the core tools. But if you're a relative beginner and you've got some of that kit, this is for you, right? So flower forming's number 3.
Number 3,
Then, I'm going to move
this back to chibs.
This is one of my favourites, this is back to chibs. Watercolouring. Now watercolouring, when you do a raised outline emboss, so this is actually an embossing folder that we're going to do watercolouring. You're going to learn how to get the light bouncing off those. We're going to learn how to build up all those bits, right? So that is number 4. And then we're going to wrap up Friday.
I love this one. Paper piecing.
Right? Wrap up Saturday, sorry. We're going to wrap up Saturday with a bit of paper piecing.
Look at that.
Now, what I like is, by the time we get to Saturday night, so we're talking UK time, we're talking like 7, 8 o'clock now, we've decided we're going to put our PJs on. We're going to have a bit of a PJ party going on. I think it's time to get the glass of wine, maybe, or I'm bringing my velvetizer so that we can have hot chocolates with Baileys in there as well. And this is what I want you to understand. It's relaxed. It's not like being at school where it's like, come on to the next class, come on. It's going to be relaxed. The whole point is I want you to have a wonderful weekend. I want you to go away saying, this was the best weekend you ever had. You've made friends for life. You've learned so many new things. You've made these cards. You absolutely love it. You know, that is the purpose. I will be happy. I'll have done my job if you all go away going, I had the most fun. Right?
Who's doing the paper piecing class?
Me.
Oh, nice one.
I can't trust James not to drink too much to be able to...
It'd be all over the place,
with
wouldn't
their glasses, she'll be like this, trying to stick them all in place, right?
So we've done Saturday.
Saturday night, but you can't drink too much because I need it fresh as a daisy. Sunday morning, we are doing this. I mean, Duet.
What a way.
Now, I'll be really honest, this is above my level of expertise, right? So this is probably the most advanced card that we do. And this is all about learning to take them skills to their next level. Now, a lot of you might just sit and watch this class and think I might try it later. I'm actually going to encourage you all to sit with me, like I'm going to, and learn how to do it and have a go. Even if you don't finish the class, you're going to be then having a go. But there will be time. All those that want to finish the class will have time for you to finish the class. Then Leanne's going to stay on because she's going from Duet ink blending onto stamping and masking, right? Now, I love a bit of stamping and masking, but what I'm in love with about this card is the way the light bounces off the flower. So it's about learning those really advanced techniques and getting the light bouncing off. That is all going to be covered in that class. So Sunday morning, those of you in the US, or Sunday early afternoon for us in the UK, is going to be phenomenal.
Amazing.
Now, after you've done them two, you'll be ready for a little bit of a wind down.
Oh, yes.
So I'm coming back up. So this is now me. I mean, I'll be ready for a bit of a wind down after I've done them two classes with Leanne, right? We're doing decoupage. So I'm going to teach you how to do dome cards, 3-dimensional dome cards. You're going to get that beautiful kind of centerpiece. We're going to put all this together, and all of the decoupage is already pre-die cut. Then we're going, I mean, we're literally going from one end of the crafting spectrum to another. All card making, but all totally different cards. We're going from watercolouring there, to paper piecing, to masking, to dome cards. Shaker cards are coming next. Ben loves a good shaker
Love
card.
a shaker.
And what I want to do is when I teach this class, because it's another one of mine, I'm not just going to teach you the shaker, I'm going to teach you that beautiful background technique in there. And we're going to do a few different versions so that you can see how you can adapt it and take it different ways. And then wrapping up the whole weekend, you'll all be crying. crying into your splitters by this point because you'll be gutted it's going to be finished. We're all going to do glitter paste. Now, some of you might have tried glitter paste before, but have you tried ombre glitter paste? Have you tried layering up all the different colours and building that up? That is what we're going to teach. That is what we're going to learn. Now, in this kit, you're getting the stencils. You're getting the dies to do the background pieces. You get that lovely black card. You get even the love die is included in that set. You get the spatula for that perfect application. And what I want you to understand is this is for everyone, irrespective of your level of ability. Now, I just want to touch on the pricing a little bit.
Yes.
Because a lot of people say, well, how can you afford to do all of this for this much, right? As a business, as a company, we don't do this as like a profit-making thing. We do this as a community builder, as a way of getting thousands of people all across the world to engage with our products, to use them, to fall in love with them even more. So that price that you see on your screen there, that is reflective of basically the bare minimum just to cover all of our costs in delivering these classes. Now, if you are in the US, there is no tariff to pay on this because you are buying the experience. The product is like the minority part that comes included. The experience is all delivered here from the UK. If you're buying in the UK, great news. You can spread that cost on 4 easy, flexible payments using our Clear Pay setup. So I've tried to make it so that it's accessible, so there's no reason why every one of you out there can't come and be an amazing part of our community. 2 days on the 21st and 22nd of June.
How epic is that going to be? Isn't it fab? It really, really is. I had the absolute pleasure of doing the last 2 Craftaganza before, of course, COVID hit. But it's just so nice that, of course, we're able to do this now at home, and then you can go back time and time and time again and yeah, keep playing and practicing with Leanne and Chibs. We have had such a lovely, lovely day. Before we stand to wrap up, we do have our last winner of the day when it comes to, of course, the £10 dollar or a euro pound voucher, and that is Shirley Ann Tilsford on Facebook. Congratulations, Shirley Ann Tilsford. All they need you to do is email CTV Prizes along the bottom there, ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Just give us your name and just say that, of course, you won one of the vouchers within Make It Saturday, and the guys and the girls will get that sorted for you to be spending on our website. Again, as I said there a moment ago, it really, really has been such a lovely, lovely day. It's been a lot of fun, Lily. Thank you so much. It's always nice to be working with you.
It was so much, you know, I've had a lovely Saturday. Everything from sausage 49 to bakery 72 or whatever it is. We've covered it all. It's been fabulous. So thank you for a great day, and thank you to you guys at home. I hope you've had as much fun as we have, because believe you me, we've had so much fun. Got us guys in the studio, the guys in our ears. It's been a great day.
It has as well. Remind us, Lily, what preview shows are you on this week before Friday?
Right, let me rack my brain. So I am in on Tuesday. I've got Life Moments coming up. Thursday I've got Little Adventure and Sparkle and Sass, and I'm here all day Friday and all day Saturday, so it's a busy week for me.
Absolutely fab, it really, really is. I'm going to be back with you on Monday. It's going to be myself and Debbie Robinson. We've got the Weekly Wonder, so me and Debbie are here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. When it comes to, of course, Monday and Tuesday, remember, those are going to be tariff free for you guys stateside. And then, of course, I'm going to be toddling down to Hobby Maker for the weekend, next weekend. So whether you're watching here on Hobby Maker, it's always lovely to have your company and get ideas and inspiration. I've not seen much of him because he's been a busy bee getting ready for this week, but Matty's just outside, so thank you to Matty for getting everything sorted, Jamie as well, and Big Pop Johnny as well for what they've been doing. Jan, you absolute legend, thank you for all your help as well. Lily, we'll see you, of course, on Tuesday. We'll be back live on Crafters TV on Monday, where we're going to do it all over again. Here in the UK, it's a bank holiday Monday, so I think if you thought today was fun, we'll probably do it again on Monday with the D-Rob. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see you then. Bye.